are sitting on record levels of home equity, and that equity belongs to you. It can be used to consolidate high-interest credit card debt, to pay expensive school tuition, to cover medical expenses, to invest in renovations, you name it, because that money is yours. This isn't about taking on unnecessary debt. It's about using an asset you already own to improve your financial position and your quality of life. The key is understanding your options and choosing the strategy that fits your goals. Let's see what's possible with the equity in your home. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients. From making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly, to getting to know you and your family's needs, and following up on any questions you may have, Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury, and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Thank God for another beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a good show. And Montgomery needs a new mayor. I think Tommy Tuberville agrees, saying he won't let Alabamians live in a war zone once he becomes governor and takes up the governor's mansion there in Montgomery. In studio with me, we have both Eddie Bader and Byron Sheehy. How you two gentlemen doing today?
Wonderful. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. You look like you're on vacation with that shirt. That's bright.
I like it.
When is he not on vacation?
Well, he was spending some time at the waters yesterday.
I had to put in a lot of work out there, Joey.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done.
You got to build that tan up somehow, right?
Yeah, I'm working on that too.
Like the work never ends.
It does never end. And today, just for giggles, I went and got a grape Kool-Aid soda.
A grape Kool-Aid soda.
Just to show you how urban I can really be.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But it tastes like Dimetap. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Mm-hmm. You know, you can't invite yourself to the cookout. That's not allowed. It's called gentrification.
Who do you think's hosting the cookout, Bubba?
Anyway, we got plenty to get to, but let's start. We haven't talked to her in like 3 weeks.
A while.
Erica Thomas with 1819 News. Hey, Erica, how are you?
Howdy, guys. I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Wonderful.
Life is great. And, well, you know which story I'm going to begin with, right? Because it's been the story that will never end.
I'm waiting. I know.
Because I covered it yesterday when you were down at the courthouse taking all those lovely photos and doing the reporting on it. And the headline today is Fairhope Peanuts protester cleared of charges after No Kings rally arrest.
That's right. This happened yesterday, and everybody said, well, this case is over, but I have a feeling this is going to be the case that keeps on coming, and we're just never going to get away from it because it's gained national attention, mainly just because of, I mean, look at it. You've got this lady in a giant inflatable penis at a protest, and she gets arrested. So obviously that's going to get national attention. But what the trial was over was a little bit different than kind of the overarching image that we're seeing.
So what was the trial about as opposed to the emphasis on the costume and my freedom? Well, does it center on freedom of speech, or what's going on with this?
So a lot of people are looking at this case as a freedom of speech issue. However, the charges that, and I'll say her name, Gina Renee Gamble was facing was disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, the violation of a municipal code, and she had one other charge, giving a false name, because when she was arrested, she told the police her name was Antifa. Mm-hmm. So that's what the charges are. It had nothing to do with the fact that this was a giant inflatable penis, although that's kind of what grabs the headline. The issue, according to the city, the reason she was arrested was due to a safety concern. So the costume causing distractions to drivers. They highlighted that this intersection in Fairhope, Greeno Road and Fairhope Avenue, is the busiest intersection in Fairhope, if not the county. So this was a very busy area. They had 17 calls to dispatch that day about concerns. There were people throwing water bottles at the protesters, allegedly people throwing rocks at the protesters. And so this was something where the police officer responded, and when he arrived on the scene, he testified yesterday his concern was for safety, not only of the protesters, but for drivers in the area.
So the woman, based on your reporting here, she seemed overjoyed, yelling, "Free speech wins. It doesn't end at city limits. We have civil rights in Fairhope. Thank you all for being here. We have some growing and some learning to do about the rights of citizens of this town. Have that happen to be on par with the rest of the nation. And as Alabamians, we dare defend our rights, and this fight is not over." And at one point, I guess because it was crowded, she was leaving. She started exchanging words with another Fairhope police officer, saying, "Don't touch me, don't touch me." But, as you suggested, this is not over. They're thinking of taking this to a higher level?
Yes, I think it clearly could become more of a free speech issue if we go the federal route here. And her attorney said they're thinking about it when I asked him yesterday. And she said during her speech after she was found not guilty, she said it's not over. So I'm fully expecting to see some more movement on this case. But in the meantime, we're just looking at kind of what this Fairhope judge made his decision on. And, after we heard from several witnesses, one of the things that stood out to me is that the officer asked Gamble to remove her costume or leave the area. When she refused to walk away at first, he continued to talk to her. But when she did finally walk away, which kind of is saying, is she leaving or is she just ignoring the officer? That's when he grabbed the costume and she went to the ground. They put her in handcuffs. And so she was never told she was being detained, or she was never told anything about a concern about traffic. Instead, the officer said he was trying to level with her and say, look, there could be kids out here seeing this penis costume. In fact, one of those 17 calls was a grandmother saying that her daughter was in the car, her 6-year-old granddaughter was in the car, and she had to explain to her what a penis was, which I would have probably said, oh, it's a peanut or something, just say something else.
By the way, folks, we have a theme today. Later, we have a story about Bobby Kennedy Jr. and him, a dead raccoon's penis. Anyway, we'll get to that a little later. That's an actual New York Post story.
You just always bring it all the way,
Yeah, real serious stuff here on this show.
Jeez. Okay, so, yeah, but anyway, whatever we were saying now, you just totally knocked me off to whatever I was saying. Long story short, she was found not guilty, and the judge, he dismissed all of those charges, including giving a false name, even though she's on camera saying her name was Antifa. because he said, clearly she wasn't actually trying to have a false identity. She was just kind of being a smarty pants in that moment. And so he dismissed that charge first, and then the others came down at the end of the trial. And this is a municipal trial, so it's a little bit different. These parties still have the opportunity to appeal the decision to the circuit court, which would take it to the next level. But then again, we'll probably just see something in the federal courts. I'll be looking out for that.
Now, can you describe, though, the scene? Because you did take a lot of photos yesterday. It was pretty crowded outside the courthouse. What were the folks there assembled like?
So the Indivisible Baldwin County group, they posted on Facebook and all over the place. They wanted supporters for Gamble to come out to the municipal complex in Fairhope. And so we saw people trickling in, starting about 15 till 1 o'clock. People started coming in, just a handful. The trial didn't start till 2, so between 1 and 2, the crowd just continued to swell. It continued to grow. Before we knew it, there was over 40 people out there with signs. And some of the signs, I know you'll just love those. And so I am 100% sure you already know what some of them say.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we don't have to repeat
so I'll
them
let you. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Or you could go to 1819news.com. You can go click on my name on our website and see all the stories. You can see the images of the signs that they have. The sense of humor was not lacking yesterday when it came to this, I have to say.
Absolutely, and that was part of why I think this drew so much attention at the end of the day.
Yeah, and whether you find the costume offensive or you think it was funny, no matter what side you're on, this case really highlights just how quickly protests can escalate into the courtroom. You've got this lady probably didn't mean actual harm to anybody. It could have happened, so that's why the officer intervened. And then you have people in Fairhope, like the mayor said, and this police officer, they do not want to see a bunch of penises running around, Fairhope. It's inappropriate, it's obscene. However, as far as these charges, she was found not guilty on those charges that she was charged with.
Well, we'll see if this continues to have legs, so to speak. I'd imagine it should just die here, but we'll see. For your sake, Eric, I hope it dies here. Now, there's another one. It's a follow-up story, and one of the more shocking stories I remember talking to you about here on the program that you've reported on there at 1819 News, and it appears that the surgeon in mistaken liver removal case has now been indicted in the death of a Muscle Shoals man. Can you lay out, finally, it looks like the justice process has started here.
Yes, this was a very public case, happened back in August 2024. Bill Bryan, who was 70 years old in Muscle Shoals, him and his wife were on vacation in Florida. He started feeling some pain in his side, so he went to the emergency room at Ascension Sacred Heart Emerald Coast, and that's where they came into contact with Dr. Thomas Sagnosky. And he, talked to him. He said, you probably need your spleen removed. You need a splenectomy. We can do that here. We have all the stuff that we need to do that. It'll be better. We don't want you driving all the way back home. Mr. Bryan argued with them and said, I really want to go back to Alabama to have this surgery. And they said, you could just really suffer in the meantime. We need to go ahead and do this. So they talked him into the surgery. He went in there and he never came out. And this is just the saddest case. You think you're getting a splenectomy and you end up, the doctor accidentally removed the liver. And that's according to not only law enforcement, but that's according to the examiner who was at the hospital during the surgery. When they took the liver out, they took it straight over to the laboratory, and they instantly knew this is a liver, not a spleen. The details that led from the point where he cut this man's liver out, even a little bit before when nurses were in there saying, oh, no, you're not doing this right. He allegedly didn't listen. Now, we don't have any proof of that. This is just what the nurses have said in sworn testimony, because there was a civil suit filed first from from the family of Mr. Bryan. And that civil suit got so much attention that the Fort Walton County Sheriff's Office ended up conducting an extensive investigation. I mean, this has been well over a year since all this started. And they figured out that this was not the first time the wrong organ had been removed under Dr. Shagnosky's watch.
Wow.
So they said this is something that, historical value. Not to mention the fact that this surgeon had a license in Alabama and Florida. So both of those licenses, right after the death of Mr. Bryan, were pulled, whether the surgeon decided to surrender his license. I think that's what happened in Alabama. And then in Florida, they took it from him. They said, no more, let's figure this out first. But the recent thing is that the grand jury in Florida indicted him. And so now we have moved to the criminal phase of this case. He is indicted with second-degree manslaughter. And so we're going to see either a trial or a plea deal coming down the pike. And I would say in Florida they move pretty quickly on things like this. So hopefully this family can receive justice so that they can move forward with their civil lawsuit.
Oh, let's hope and pray. I mean, it's awful what happened, and it looks like that more thorough examination, it was massive blood loss where this doctor, so-called doctor, cut the vena cava, the largest vein in the body, which connects the liver to the heart, and that's where all the blood started really pouring out. And it's just this is astounding, and the fact that it sounds like this wasn't his first time butchering somebody needs to be stopped. He needs to be in prison for a long time.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah, allegedly, yes. Well, did you get a chance to actually talk to the Archbishop of Mobile, or did you just get a press statement thrown out with this whole Trump Pope thing?
I did not talk to him about this. They do not really honor media requests from us because I think they want to definitely keep control of what comes out of their office. I've been up there even in person and wasn't able to speak with him. But yeah, he sent this statement out earlier this week. I think it was Monday, after President Trump put on Truth Social what he said about the Pope. I mean, everybody's watching Trump's Truth Social because that's where he just really likes to say anything, it seems, these days.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as Trump statements go, I thought it was a mild rebuke, but still ridiculous in many ways. And then as far as the Archbishop's response, I think he ended it by saying, let's just pray for everybody. Pray for the president, pray for the Pope, let's pray, which is, I think, a good way to end this. But it is just, for the life of me, remarkable. I was just telling Eddie off air after I'd gone back home to the church I was raised in. It's like in the news every day as the Catholic Church. I'm like, what in the world is going on right now?
Yeah, it really is. And it's part of this spiritual warfare that we're seeing, I think, worldwide. You know, if you're any religion, you're going to say what you just said. We see, Catholics, Jewish, just Christians always in the headlines because it's part of a larger spiritual warfare. I think we all have to, stand by our beliefs and be sure to spread the truth because at the end of the day, people are attacking anyone that loves God. We have to stand by God and stand up for Him.
And in particular, I think it's a classic move by the accuser and the scatterer, but the literal demons in the corporate press are definitely already laying the ground for Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance potentially being devout Catholic nominees to be the next president of the United States, and they will definitely be using all sorts of things in regards to that. As for better or for worse, I think it is for better in the long run. More and more of our conversations are addressing more religious matters, more theological matters, as opposed to just purely secular. And again, I think that's for the good in the long run, but there's going to be some growing pains here in the short term, especially from the secular institutions that love to play like they really, really believe and love and truly are part of a certain church. And then, when it comes time to say, advance abortion or punish, say, adoption agencies. They're all about punishing those folks. So it's just, we'll see it play out.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. But like I said, just stick to your faith. Continue to lean on God for answers. This is going to be a hard time. It already is a hard time for all believers. There was a sermon that I went to back in January, and it was all about how whenever you start standing up for your beliefs, when you start standing up for God, people are going to come at you. They're going to come at you hard, Yep. And that's part of being a Christian. But I keep going back to that sermon. I actually recorded a bit of it, and I listen to it often because we have to remember, as believers, as God-fearing Christians, in my case, that we are going to be faced with things we never could imagine. And I think now is the time where we're seeing things that my grandparents warned me about. They always said, if anybody ever asks you if you're a Christian, you say yes, even if they have a gun to your head. And I took that as a not realistic warning. I mean, I was probably 7 years old when I was told that. I remember where I was, what happened. But now I feel like that's a real threat. Like, people really have to think about that and be prepared to be strong enough. Because at the end of the day, God's got this. We just have to trust in Him, look to Him, and believe in Him.
Yeah, and when you read, because it's 'tis the season, I've been reading through Acts of the Apostles again, and you notice that those, I believe, it's Stephen who is first martyred, and in a way he takes it as an honor. And there's all sorts, especially in the early church, these examples of martyrdom, and God willing, it doesn't come to that for the vast majority of folks, because but if you have God, you truly lack nothing. If you actually have God, no matter what the world throws at you. But I appreciate it as always, Erica. And let's make this a regular thing again. Thank God that court case is over, so we don't have to keep talking about that costume.
Yes, thank you so much, and God bless.
God bless. And that's Erica Thomas with 1819news.com. The penis costume thing's just silly, man. It's just silly. I mean, it was a little distracting if you're riding down the road and all of a sudden you see a big old thing.
Well, I mean, if it's causing people to swerve in traffic and throw
right.
bottles and rocks and everything else, it's a public spectacle.
Well, ma'am, when the grandma called, ma'am, is the penis blocking traffic, or is it just flailing on the side of the road?
Explaining it to the six-year-old, I mean.
Yeah, that's not a good day. If you're grandma and you're going shopping or to the movies.
Sorry, I'd lie to the 6-year-old at that particular moment.
Yeah, what would you say?
I don't know. I'd come up with something quicker than having to explain to a 6-year-old
what a penis is.
Yeah,
inflatable
a female
dinosaur.
6-year-old. Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, cop did the right thing. There was something inappropriate going on. He took care of it, and just hate it didn't happen any quicker. Now, as far as her rights being abused and all that, come on, lady, you know what you're getting into.
Anyway. I'm glad the case for now is over.
Nah, she's going to be suing somebody.
You had to make it a bigger free speech federal court thing. Go against the law itself.
The case is over.
Just going to keep coming and coming.
Gracious. You stop that.
I was proud of him.
I'm not proud of him.
In that moment, I was proud of him.
You don't even know. That's why I have to stress
half of it. You don't even know the half of it. We got to hit a break here, though. And this part of the program brought to you by Dylan Rings. Josh and Leslie Ryder, they're ready to help you out. And if you go to Dylan Rings on Facebook, you can see this behind-the-scenes video there at Dylan Rings. It's the exact moment an antique platinum ring comes back to life using their laser welder to join the metal with surgical precision. I mean, and this is small, and he's got this beautiful close-up shot. Josh does as he's putting this together. No solder lines, no discoloration, just a seamless, incredibly strong bond. Platinum is tough to work with, but that's what makes it so rewarding when it turns out this clean, is what Josh says.
Pristine.
He's awesome at what he does. He's an artist, but then also you see these sorts of techniques he uses. He's a little bit of a chemist scientist. I mean, he's got all sorts of stuff going on there, expertise for days. And of course, there at Dylan Rings, not only can they do repair work or clean something up for you, do a spa treatment or custom design work, they also have a great selection from high-end pieces, unique, one-of-a-kind pieces to everyday items, maybe starter jewelry for the little girl in your life. Yeah, maybe after Grandma sees that and has to explain, you want to go to Dylan Rings?
Exactly.
Yeah, just to change the mood of the day. So y'all check out Dylan Rings today. Just get by there, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell Josh and Leslie Ryder that Joey, Eddie, and Byron sent you. We'll tell you more about Dylan Rings a little later.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of the good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Hunger doesn't always look the way you think, but it's closer than you realize. On Saturday, May 9th, join the Budget Bites battle at the Heart of Alabama Food Bank and turn awareness into action. Teams will go head-to-head, creating a full meal for $5 per person or less in just 60 minutes. Every $1 raise provides 5 meals for neighbors in need. Now we need you. Register your team today at hafb.org. Deadline is May 2nd. Be part of the solution. Cook with purpose, fight hunger one meal at a time.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather. Well, hi, everybody. It's still a warm, dry forecast for now with mostly sunny skies today. High temperature in the upper 80s. Tonight's low down to about 60. Tomorrow, if we get up to around 90 degrees on Friday, that would tie a 70-year-old record from about 1955. And even Saturday, mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 89. An approaching cold front brings the chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms in the overnight hours Saturday night into Sunday morning. We need the raindrops. Then behind the front, significantly cooler air on Sunday with a high only up to about 73. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Vader and Byron Sheehy here in the studio with me. And let's stick local for a second.
All right.
Because Coach Tuberville did an interview. You remember Amy Beth and Allison?
Oh, yeah.
Amy Beth Shaver and Allison Sinclair.
Yes, I
And
do.
they're doing their own like podcast something now.
Good for them.
And I love those ladies.
Who wouldn't?
They're very sweet ladies
Mhm.
and ask good questions too. Especially Amy Beth. She's always reading something. Makes me, what are you reading now?
Oh, are you kind of worried about a woman that reads, Joey?
No, I'm not worried about it. I kind of think it's awesome.
Just checking, Joey.
But you got to watch out for people who read.
Joey is old-fashioned.
Right, that's what I'm worried about.
Not just women. Watch out for kids who read.
Yeah.
Once you're reading, kid, think you know something now.
It's the kids who do math, man. Those are the ones you got to look out for.
You can read about Michelangelo, but have you ever been to the Sistine Chapel? And said, no, I can't quote Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. Anyway, U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville has had enough of the crime problem in Alabama's capital city and wants to be the state's next governor in order to clean it up. He told Amy Beth and Allison, yeah, we're working on that as we speak. It's not just Montgomery. Now we've got other cities in the state that are just as dangerous. It's just not as publicized. But I'm not going to allow once I'm governor, if I'm lucky enough to be elected. I think that is going to be the case, Coach.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow the people of this state of Alabama to live in a war zone or live in unsafe neighborhoods if we can help it. We're going to give more people authority. We're going to go after these corrupt judges that when these people are arrested, they go through the front door and let them out the back door. That's going to be over with. And at the end of the day, we have got to do what's right for the people of the state of Alabama. The senator said enforcing the law and order doesn't just help keep people safe, it actually helps with the overall economy. By the way, he's just right about that.
Yeah, 100% right.
Like, you wonder why maybe in Montgomery is there a lack of investment? Or maybe it's not even new investment. It's like an old shopping center. And why is like new paving not even been done for the parking lot? Why is new just upkeep and maintenance not been done on the building? Yeah. Even of a strip center, like it doesn't have to be a nice building. It's because people don't see the point. There's nothing. I mean, it's not worth it.
Neglected maintenance by a lot of it. If your city is not proud of itself, then most of the folks that live in the city could give a crap either.
No, it's a heavy lift for Coach. It's a heavy lift for anybody. But it's a matter of changing the culture.
I think
it can be done.
I think the majority of the culture is behind him in being successful in this.
Yeah. Well, who's holding us back then?
Lack of leadership.
Rhetorical question.
I'm asking you both. Who's holding back Montgomery at this point?
That's a good question, Joey, because I think Montgomery personally has been held back since even when Palmer was mayor. We should have got the Atlanta airport.
Yep.
So I would love to say it's Stephen Reed 1,000%, but I don't know that.
Hold on. We should have got the Atlanta airport
or the Birmingham.
We should have got the Atlanta
one.
When I was a kid, that was all that's all my parents ever talked about. And then that's how we got screwed out of it, basically. Because Palmer did not want Montgomery to be anything but a cow town. They didn't want to expand.
See, I've always heard we lost the Atlanta airport to Birmingham back in the, 30s, 40s?
Yeah. I think I had to be in the 70s. And maybe I'm just having a different memory, but I kind of remember it pretty hard. But also look at Montgomery. We're always held back.
Well, no, and I've got a pretty simple, straightforward position on this. Like, generally, I want the city to succeed. Mm-hmm. Generally, I'm not against spending some money for great amenities. Like, in theory, having a nice convention arena center downtown instead of just an abandoned building, good idea, just in general. But
what's going to keep it from becoming an abandoned building,
right.
though?
Well, and if you invest in all these amenities and you think we're going to be a tourism spot, which it's worked some, what happens is you're so focused on the amenities, you're leaving out the basics.
Yeah.
And when you have major events, like the city should have been proud of that major event that then ended. Remember the Ferris wheel and all the stuff and all the lead up to the event, and everybody's happy and having a great time. 3 huge events going on in the city. And that is the period at the end of the sentence. Mm-hmm. That mass shooting downtown.
Yep.
And it's clearly because of lack of law enforcement officers. And of course, the folks who have no home training or example that decide to go off on each other in that way.
But at the same time, there's only so much we as citizens can do. You look to your leadership to take this over. They know it's an issue and they just chose not to do anything about it. So they're as guilty as anyone else.
So I would focus on the particular failure of leadership for the current mayor is on leading, not just numbers, but leading the qualitative aspect of leading law enforcement. And I think right now people do not trust him.
No, I don't.
That you will be thrown under the bus. That is the word on the street. In many ways, that morale still hasn't gotten better. And half the time, I apologize to Jim, Chief Greyboys looks like he's in a hostage video in a lot of these press conferences.
Is he, though?
Like, that's just my honest impression.
Yeah.
And so if we can change that, if you actually, like, Mayor Reed could shut everybody up, if we get a bunch more officers all of a sudden, we somehow hire 100. Like Birmingham hired a bunch, Huntsville's hired a bunch, Mobile's hired a bunch. If we all of a sudden do a big hire, you get more out on the streets, you could shut a lot of people up. And you know what? I would be happy. I will accept those terms. Those terms are very acceptable. Do I think it will actually happen? No. And then when you see this, you get like common excuses, and I'm trying to workshop this. One is because there are plenty of sins of the past, and not just the obvious ones.
Yeah, but
of like civil rights and whatnot.
But they like to. A lot of people like to constantly. You can't do this because sins of the past.
Yeah. So if you can always blame the failures of the present on the sins of the past, that is a try. You didn't invest enough in education.
Yeah.
You didn't. You weren't equitable enough in how you were invested and how you were, providing services to the city and stuff. And it becomes this long legacy, wicked problem where everything's connected to everything instead of just, no, how about we rebuild trust that the leader of the city has the police's back? Like, you can't solve all the past. You can't solve all those other problems.
And you can't. But the way to eat a crap sandwich is one bite at a time. And you, at some point, you got to say, okay, my focus is on law enforcement.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Okay, we've got this taken care of. My next one is on the blight in Montgomery. Get this taken care of.
Yep.
I mean, there are, but when I don't know if he's just trying to do it all or too many people are just trying to do nothing but look good. But it doesn't seem like anything's being done. The only thing I see is the paving. And I'm not complaining about it. That's the only thing I see is the paving.
Well, and another one, it's always, we don't have enough money.
No, they got plenty of money, dude. They are picking people's pockets left. I don't want to hear anything about money in the city of Montgomery. No, there's plenty of money here.
Yeah,
Plenty of money.
But that's always an excuse. Like, we don't have enough money.
Because we do not, as citizens, call them back and say BS. You shame them enough, they'll quit using that
Well,
excuse.
and you did the permitless carry, but though crime, we'll also say on the other side of our mouth, is going down after that.
I like how you use the term excuse. There's a difference between a justified reason and something just being an excuse.
Yes.
We've got a lot of excuses.
A lot of excuses.
And to use sort of the team analogy and everything, dude lost the locker room.
Yeah.
He's got to get his players back in the fold. And from there, start with your internal buy-in from your team. And then, the rest of the city can rally around that. Like, solve crime, get more police officers, get them to stick around. It will have a compounding effect. It's not going to all happen at one time, like you say.
And it's not going to happen at one time. But you've got to get some small victories to get the people behind you. And I just don't see those small victories. I see more and more stumbling blocks. Now, this past weekend.
Oh, and also another excuse that comes to mind is like the system doesn't want us to succeed.
That's a load of crap.
And they're sticking their leg out in front of us and tripping us up, and they're trying to, if all evidence to me is no, the state is supplemented, the county's supplemented. Outside groups have helped. There is, though, a half-truth, but I think it's, again, an excuse. But I've also noticed another thing, that there are plenty of folks that don't live in Montgomery, and I'm not even talking about y'all that live in Prattville and Millbrook and everywhere else around here, that come and shop here or work here. I mean, folks that, like, left Montgomery, or folks that never even lived here in the first place, that live up in Birmingham, and they love a negative Montgomery story.
Duh.
And as much as I'm happy to focus on the negatives, there's something about like the mentality out there of like, and maybe the mayor brings it on himself with how he carries himself and how he tries to sell things. But there is definitely like a hunger for Montgomery sucks, essentially being the bottom line story. And to those folks who don't even live here, that's when my inner like, well, hey, how about y'all shut up? Or maybe y'all should move back here if you left, or maybe you should move here and be part of the solution.
Well, a lot of those people feel like they were forced out, though, Joey. They don't feel
some of these folks, yeah.
A lot of these folks feel like they were forced out, so they're always going to be mad. They're always going to be mad.
Yeah, but also there's part of me that's like, well, you left.
So they're supposed to go down with the Titanic?
No, you're supposed to make sure it doesn't sink in the first place.
let's say you're 70 years old, you're retired.
No.
You know, you raised your family in your house, your neighborhood's gone to crap, but yeah, your house is paid off.
Well, you have good points in tension here. Because who am I to tell that person you just described, or anybody else, maybe it's a young family trying to raise kids, get a good education, find a good employment, and it doesn't work for me, Joey. And I'm like, I'm not going to begrudge that person. But there is I hope y'all understand what I'm talking about. There is a certain,
1,000%.
We want to crap on Montgomery constantly. And the way to shut those people up is to actually do good things and impressive things and build up your police force, yada, yada, yada. But also, I kind of want to look at some folks and be like, well, why don't y'all try to be part of the solution instead of just being in the cheap seats? Yeah.
You know, you're talking to people, right?
Yeah.
It's easier to complain.
And I'm quite aware that I sit here in this cheap seat and talk.
That was about $70.
If they're not a resident, they're not going to care.
No.
You know, they have no vested interest in.
Well, and if it's negative,
I don't know, if you're outside, especially with the VA, a lot of retired military, you've got to come to Montgomery for the VA. You know, and they might live in Prattville, Wetumpka, or wherever, but you still got to, and that's how I hear people all the time. I hate going to Montgomery because this, that, and the other. Most of the time, it's traffic, and or something will happen, and they waiting for an officer or something like that. Or you see some of the rudest people in the world in this town because they know there's no cops.
Yep.
Just drive around. How many times you get cut off?
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, all that kind of, after a while, you're like, hey, you know what? I can go 15 miles up the road, buy a house up there, be probably a little bit happier. It's hard to stay because you know, like my mother, I love the fact she's here. We've lived here most of our lives. We weren't military. I want her out of Montgomery. Her neighborhood is as good as it's going to get right now. It's only going to go further south. She don't like to admit it, but she listens to gunshots all night long. Why in the world would anybody want their mother?
Well, and like perhaps this whole little segment, this little monologue, is me wrestling with these ideas personally. Like, it's me and my grandfather.
Yeah.
And I feel more rooted now that I've gone back to church. I really am enjoying seeing old faces folks I've known, reconnecting with them, going to dinner, going to breakfast with folks I hadn't seen in years, meeting new people. Like, it's awesome. But I'm still torn over the fact of, like, you know, maybe I could move to Greenville, South Carolina when my brother and his wife set up shop there and watch my little niece, and I can meet somebody there. You know, there's part of me that feels that pull. But then another part of me is like, don't abandon your hometown. Don't let it just sink into the muck and the mire further and further while people tell you, no, it's great. Progress is right around the corner. If only we had handled the sins of the past more, if we could just take more of your money, if the state would just cooperate with us more across the board, and if, you know, people just rooted for us more. And I'm like, there's a half-truth to that last one, but you can shut up the negative Nancy's if you actually get some stuff done.
You got to have basic law enforcement, and we don't have that.
Yeah.
And I talk to my clients all the time, investors buying, selling. You guys have no basic law enforcement here. When I call the cops, it's usually the next day.
How much do we over-rely on these cameras and everything for?
Dude, that's replacing every cop in the world. We got more of those stupid block cameras.
Now, I did see, where was this?
Oh, there's one speeding camera
I
now.
saw a video of a humanoid robot, I believe in Poland, chasing the wild boars out of the city.
Yes, that was so cool.
I was like, now that's a good use of a robot right there.
I think that's a grand use of a robot.
Yeah, it was like wild boars that
have
got in. It's a nice developed city, and like it's like a suburb essentially.
I got a bunch of rednecks that want to do that.
Yeah, but
you're
now
talking about being a lamplighter.
You should have seen this robot. It just started like chasing them. The boars hated it.
Yeah,
and then
freaked them out.
As they ran off into the woods, the robot waved.
I thought it was great.
Cracked me up.
I thought that was. That's how you get rid of trespassers. You just get one of them robots.
You get more robots. That'll save Montgomery.
I do actually halfway think Meta's going to probably do more to save Montgomery than anything.
Perhaps.
I had that realization a couple of days ago. Like, yeah, you know, we're worried about
With
BRAC
what?
and all
How
that.
so? How so?
It's going to ensure that the base stays here during BRAC.
Okay.
I think that more than anything else.
Okay.
But I think the main issue here is not like all the dollars and cents and all the quantitative stuff and like all the ideas and the planning and all those other things. It's the principles at the county, the city, the state level. How often do y'all talk to one another? How much do y'all trust one another?
Nope.
Like, and these sorts of things, like the surrounding communities, how much are we working together actually towards a common goal?
Those are different questions. Like, how much do I trust my neighbor more than I trust my local politician? I don't care if it's city council, county commissioner, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to lack of trust. Same thing in the media. Big lack of trust.
I mean, just look at us.
Yeah. I mean, would you trust somebody?
I know. Look at the shirt I'm wearing.
He's out there swinging on a porch, swinging the waters yesterday.
I don't trust anybody that tan in a shirt that pink.
I can't help. And I don't even think he's actually getting tan the right way.
I think he's cheating something.
Because I'm in here all the time. There's no sunlight in here, Joey.
You're looking tanner on camera, though.
Saw that makeup he puts on.
Yeah, it
before the
is.
show.
It is. Yeah, where is the makeup room, by the way? I always thought once we got into the cameras and stuff, we'd have makeup and people would dress us.
Is that why you're always in the women's restroom?
That's one of the reasons, yes. So that's no on the makeup?
No.
We can't get a
unless
dress
it's
sponsor?
in the middle of the night. You need to stop sitting down to pee. This part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, and they're at Cole Plumbing, ready to help you with any and all of your plumbing problems. Like, something simple, a faucet that just keeps dripping.
Yep.
Maybe a drain that's clogged and you can't fix it. You've tried. You've poured all sorts of corrosive chemicals down there and it ain't working.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to snake that drain.
Ooh, you probably do. Probably got hair or something like that.
Or it could be like garbage disposal that just ain't working. Like you hit the switch and it runs and makes a noise.
But that's it.
What was that noise? Yeah, but it doesn't do anything.
Nope.
It's like, what in the
No
world?
chopping.
Of course, they can replace that. Or maybe you have a big problem, like a big old water leak inside or outside your home. Oof. Well, they can fix that with minimal discomfort to you and your property by actually fixing it with precision and expertise. They can find the leak without tearing out a bunch of drywall, digging up a huge hole or trench in your yard, and they can get it done right. Also, it can even help with something like a gas line leak, which is very dangerous, and you should get on top of that immediately if you smell gas. Or maybe you're just looking to upgrade to a tankless water heater system, or you want nicer things in the bathroom or the kitchen.
They can help you with all that, man.
They can help you across the board with any and all of those plumbing issues. So check them out today. You can always make an appointment online at coleplumbing.com or just go ahead and save their number. That's 334-279-8919, 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now. For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center in the Pepper Tree Shopping Center. We've used Blue Water Broadcasting for years, and we attribute our results to what they do for us. If you want results with your advertising, call Blue Water.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The premier place the river region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. Let's go to Charles the First of Dewey. Hey, Charles, how you doing?
Hey, Joey. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Byron. How y'all?
We're all right.
Byron's searching for the sweet spot
Yeah,
right now.
I'm having a little technical difficulties over here, but I'm managing.
Okay, I'm going down the road with my hands free on. I'm crossing the 65 bridge here at Decatur on the interstate. What I wanted to tell you, one thing was, Joey, it would really be better if you didn't search for greener pastures, because there are so many people that respect you, and your whole complete intention of your newfound way of viewing things makes you the perfect person to speak for everybody, if that makes sense at all.
Makes perfect sense.
I appreciate you saying that, but
so I wanted you to know that. And then I've also been looking further at the whole Montgomery situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I spoke about it several times. And what I did find, of course, is that the city gets $2.5 to $3.5 million in federal money to reduce violence. But that Tuberville or whoever might be the governor in the future, all they would have to do is make one phone call to Ken Boswell's office, and that money could go to the county for a violence task force to protect them from any outgoing violence coming from the city of Montgomery. And it could have them go in during events to be the police force that stops anything, which is mainly right now looks like what's needed the most is these type weekend things where they're shooting, that there's not enough police officers for. So that the Bernie Jag money could instantly, KIV could do it right now.
It
and
could,
give it to
but
the county. It is
it could.
movable.
Again, though, I don't. It's not a money issue. It really isn't.
It's not a money issue.
There's
It's
plenty of money, buddy.
I think it's a willingness issue.
Yeah, but the governor right now has just within a 15-minute call, the county could be going in instead of the city during these events because the city is refusing to do so. Not necessarily just the money, but that would be the money for doing it.
Take
get
away
what I'm
another
saying?
excuse, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, take away another excuse and actually show the problem. And not only that, when the county went into the city, maybe they could actually converse with the city. You get me? Like maybe make a difference there that's not happening right now, because apparently they just at these events they don't care who gets hurt or what happens. Because I do think that they could have enough police officers at these events when they know that this has a potential to happen.
Yeah. No, if you had 100 more
But
officers,
anyway,
it would make a
Be a
world of
big
difference. But and just tactically,
Right.
appreciate it, Charles.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Charles.
the call. 272-9228. Soldier Boy, I only have like a minute here, and I got a business spotlight, business break coming up. What's up?
Then I'll call back later.
Good
on
deal.
then.
Call back,
Okay.
Soldier Boy. I want to go with you on this one.
See you later.
All right.
Thanks,
What's
brother.
this?
Don't you worry about it.
Are you calling me out or something?
No, we're talking about crime in Montgomery, and he's got a pretty good example.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
This
How
part
you
of the
doing,
program?
How you doing?
No,
man?
by the way, how do you feel over there in Cloverdale at times?
Cloverdale's always been right there on the edge of everything. So
But when the economy does good, I've noticed in Montgomery, when things start going good, Cloverdale does expand.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but when the economy goes to crap,
And you got that new
retracts,
breakfast
man.
spot finally over there, which
Went
is great.
over there?
Yeah, like
Have you gone yet? We got to go. It's so good,
I
Joe.
went to one in Nashville when I visited.
Oh,
but same franchise,
so good.
same brand. Yeah, would love to check it out.
Okay.
there's enough old donor Democrat types over there that what few patrol cars we do have in Montgomery,
Yeah.
there seems to be a few hanging out around
Right.
there.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Mhm.
I've noticed that as well. Yeah, we're as much as we try to, especially the new leadership tries to talk about being an equitable city and all this stuff. Yeah, there's just certain realities.
Yeah, there are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And I hate trying to paint over it and make nice.
No, what's shocking is that, like, the one thing you talk about things right next to each other. When you think of that gas station at Carter Hill and Zelda,
Mhm.
and Montgomery Academy right there.
Yeah.
Like, just the I don't know how long folks are even going to stand that. Like, knowing MA, they would uproot and go somewhere else if it gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
They don't want to, obviously.
I don't think they'd want to either, but I know they'd have to do what's best for them.
Yeah. Anyway, it just changes like that from my childhood of like certain spots in town where now you have to have your head on the swivel, and it may not ever happen. Nothing bad will ever happen to you. Like maybe it's 1 in 1,000, but that's still not a great odds.
It's not.
I don't want to run those odds.
I mean, we kind of hit on it earlier, I guess, this past legislative session. The solution might be a legislative fix that combines the county and city police functions.
And Catherine Robertson coming out that she's for renewing and actually getting done what Will Barfoot put forward this session. She said if she becomes AG, she's going to be really pushing for that. And she was very adamant about it last time we interviewed her. But anyway, we got to hit a break first. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there, Montgomery Men's Health, you feeling a little down, brother?
That's right. We got the fix.
You don't have to feel that way.
You don't.
You don't have to feel that way at all at Montgomery Men's Health. They can get you feeling younger. They can get you actually feeling like a man.
Oh, like
you know
that.
what I'm talking about.
You know it.
Like, you know, you go about life and you have no real confidence. Your energy's off and things just ain't working like they used to. Your brain, in the bedroom. So, you know, I've been telling people about Montgomery Men's Health now, powered by Men's Pro for
A couple of years.
And what I like about them is they've been doing this for years. And they're not just some new fly-by-night place or some sketchy online place where you're talking to a chat bot. No, you actually get to work with urologists and providers there, people in person. They run labs, build a plan around you. It's not just some one-size-fits-all thing they throw at you. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that go over there and they go, dadgum, I wish I'd shown up sooner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, over 92% of men respond to treatment, and most guys wish they had actually not procrastinated, not waited, because they feel brand new. And you can even get in, whether it's low testosterone, ED issues, or you want some help with weight loss, or maybe you want to get in on the peptide game, like NAD+, and Morlin. They can help you across the board there. So right now, your lab panel and consultation is just $99. Call them up, make an appointment today at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Several days after a blockade began of Iran's ports, the U.S. now says it has been fully implemented. Meanwhile, the U.S. is warning Iran that combat operations will resume if there is no peace deal. Even as the U.S. engages in discussions with Iran about further talks, the Pentagon says the military is poised to resume its attacks. And in the words of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, quote, if Iran chooses poorly, then they will have a blockade and bombs dropping on infrastructure, power, and energy. A decision to adjust prices in response to consumer reluctance appears to be paying off for PepsiCo. Revenues of the company jumped 8.5% in the first 3 months of the year to $19.44 billion. Investors on Wall Street appear optimistic once again today, despite ongoing and lingering questions about the ceasefire. The Dow right now up about 40 points. The Nasdaq is up 58. This is SRN News.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
Rich Thomas Weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Well, hi, everybody. It's still a warm, dry forecast for now with mostly sunny skies today. High temperature in the upper 80s. Tonight, slow down to about 60. Tomorrow, if we get up to around 90 degrees on Friday, that would tie a 70-year-old record from about 1955. And even Saturday, mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 89. An approaching cold front brings the chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms in the overnight hours Saturday night into Sunday morning. We need the raindrops. Then behind the front, significantly cooler air on Sunday with a high only up to about 73. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Montgomery police have arrested a juvenile in connection with a double shooting that left one person dead and another in critical condition. The shooting happened April 6 just off Zelda Road in the 200 block of Gatsby Drive, where an adult male and a juvenile were wounded by gunfire. 18-year-old Vincent Grider later died of his injuries. No update has been given on the younger victim's condition. A Montgomery man is under arrest for allegedly shooting a friend at a weekend barbecue. 49-year-old Anthony Brown is charged with first-degree assault and illegal possession of a handgun. The victim of the shooting was holding the barbecue for Brown. Both were drinking heavily when an argument broke out and Brown shot the victim in the chest. Main Street Montgomery announced on Wednesday Ashley Jernigan will be its first ever executive director. As founder and director of JBD Hospitality, Jernigan has more than 15 years of experience in downtown revitalization and economic development. Ashley Jernigan will lead Main Street Montgomery's efforts to strengthen and promote the downtown district. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Dinner doesn't have to be heavy to be satisfying. The $15.99 small plates at Epicure and Jack's Tavern come with bottomless sides. Yes, bottomless. Perfect portions. Scratch-made flavors. And the flexibility to dine exactly how you want. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Thoughtful plates, generous hospitality. You'll taste the difference.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Here's Joey Clark, and in the studio, we have Dave and Barb with River Region Runners. And Dave, how you doing today? Barb, how you doing?
Okay. We're doing great.
Good to see y'all.
Got 4 miles in this morning, so I'm doing
4 miles. Well, let me start there. Like, how long have you just been doing kind of long distance running?
1989, I started.
Wow. Yeah, my grandfather used to do miles all up and down different hills and stuff. And I mean, I got to ask how the knees doing.
Yeah, the knees will give out first if you're not careful.
But no, it's awesome for your health, awesome thing to get into. And what I love too is because of organizations like y'all put together, you meet a lot of great people.
Yes, a lot of them. We run into just about anybody, and we have people come from out of state actually to run this race. So
now let's tell folks about this race you have upcoming.
This is the Alabama AK Championship for the River Region Runners. And the Peggy Lanier 2 mile run walk. You talk about great people. Peggy Lanier used to run the Max Sporting Goods off of Wares Ferry Road, and she would support the running community in and out. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but she really supported us.
So if folks are thinking about, okay, I want to sign up for this, and not just sign up and participate, like I want to win this thing, but how can they sign up?
Okay. The race date is May 16th, 7:30 a.m. is the start of the 8K race. And they can sign up by going to some place called runsignup.com and search for Montgomery Jubilee 8K. Follow the directions there. Be a little careful which race you're signing up for, because there is a Montgomery County in Maryland, and we don't want to do that. Go on there, complete it. A heads up, the fact that you can save $5 by doing it now. Week before the race, we will end up raising the price. This gives us a good idea. We don't want people to sign up early, because we've got these nice T-shirts that we give out every year, and so it will help there. This is the 47th running of this race.
Wow.
And we just really look forward to it. Part of the race also includes awards for top runners. Like you said, you want to win this race, good luck. There are some speedsters out there. A lot of high school cross-country people come out, and those are the people you have to watch out for. They're young guys and gals, and they get out there and they can run.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm more like staying in place when I exercise, but like the pacing sometimes can get to you. You think, oh, I'm good. And then, the back half of it, it's like, okay, get ready.
Yeah. The thing you have to take care of for this particular race is you're running at downtown Montgomery. Anytime you have a race in downtown Montgomery, you're going to have hills. In fact, the first half to 3/4 of a mile is straight up a hill. So,
oh, goodness.
You get that out of the way. The good news is you get to run down Dexter.
Down,
as the back part of the race you're talking about. We get to go down there.
Well, and so I'm looking at it. It's runsignup.com, and just search Montgomery Jubilee Runs. And I am seeing it 29 days away, folks, and $30 sign up for the 8K, $25 for the Peggy Lanier Memorial 2-mile run. And so the 8K starts at 7:30 in the morning.
Correct.
And the Peggy Lanier Memorial 2-mile run starts at 8:30.
Correct.
And I encourage folks to really get by there, because it's not only just a great day to get to know some folks, challenge yourself, see maybe if you can beat one of those high schoolers, but also raising money for good cause. What are the proceeds going to?
The proceeds for this are going to be to the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches. They provide services to what they consider at-risk children, basic needs. They're trying to mold them into responsible adults. Their slogan is, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. The ASYR and the River Region Runners are both 501c3, which means we're a nonprofit. The money goes to there. We were actually able to donate $6,000 last year to the organization. We'd like to do more, but to do that, we got to get the runners out there.
Well, folks, y'all look this up again, runsignup.com, and I just typed in Montgomery Jubilee Runs, and you can get all the information here. Sign up, register there, and especially if you want to put your own eyes on it in terms of the unique rewards for each of the races. And it looks like information on race packets, not going to be mailed out, but available to be picked up. And this is Old Alabama Town?
Right. That's the other neat thing about it. We start and finish right by Old Alabama Town. So if you are a support for somebody that's running the race, but you're not going to run the race yourself, you have children, there's a nice little play area right there. But the neat thing is you get the kids inside the Old Alabama Town, they might actually learn something.
Yeah,
whether they want to or not, they will actually learn something.
Well, and I have to bring your lovely wife in on it. Barb, how are you today?
So far, so good.
I know you didn't want to talk,
good
but
now.
you're a fixture of this event yourself.
I just stay in the background. There's a lot of us that stay in the background to get this race done. And if it wasn't for the people that I work with, it would never get off the ground, because until you've done a race, you don't know how involved it is. People think it's real easy to do. It's not.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've been doing this for over 30 years. And somebody asked me one time what the pay was like. And I said, I get paid with friends and camaraderie. I said, this is a volunteer thing. I said, you do it because you want to. And the group that I work with are outstanding.
Beautiful. And folks, y'all join in. And it's a great event, great cause, and great folks. And
So leave anything out for Electoral Go?
Just I'd like to tell people to come on out, even day of race. If you decide you get up in the morning, it's a beautiful, like this morning. This morning was absolutely beautiful outside, and you decide I'm going to go to this race. Well, we will accept day of race registration.
Okay.
I look at it as getting fresh air, sunshine, exercise, and you get to contribute to a great cause at the same time.
Amen. Well, Dave, Barb, good seeing y'all, and y'all get out there, sign up, and have some fun.
Thank you so much.
And bring others with you.
Amen. Well, we'll be right back, folks.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breakers tripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that. Because each year, thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders. Living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you could help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you could make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a political activist.
That's right, man.
And could you please explain to us your red cap with the letters MMRGA?
Yeah, man, this is my MARGA hat.
MARGA?
Yeah, man, that stands for Make My Retirement Great Again.
I see.
And to do that, what you need to do is call David Ernest,
the asset preservationist.
That's right, man. You can call David at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
And I understand that's a toll-free number.
Yeah, man. Get David Ernest on the case, and your retirement will be great again.
And you make these hats?
I do. Here's a whole pile left from the last administration.
And they say CPWABD.
Yeah, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude.
And as you said, there's a whole pile here.
Well, there wasn't much demand.
I can dig it.
Accurate, immediate, carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Good seeing Dave and Barb. Y'all sign up for the big 8K race, or at least the 2-mile run.
Y'all, you not signing up?
I don't know about that. I told them I kind of like to stay in place when I work out.
You can be one of those people who like hand the water to the runners as they're like going by.
I could hand out water.
Yeah.
You're right about that. I don't know.
Gotta stay hydrated.
It's like all these great causes, but I don't know. I've never liked running. I'll be honest about it.
I like it.
I like that other people like it. But
once you get into it, it's very therapeutic.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to run for like 30, 40 minutes to get there.
Oh, sure. No, and I did some in high school because, I want to play sports and made you run miles and stuff. But, yeah, like I like staying in place. They give me some stretching, give me some push-ups, give me some weightlifting. I'm good with that. Maybe the treadmill. Maybe.
No.
Even then, I don't even like that much.
Treadmill's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get out and see stuff.
Well, and you got a pretty good view in the neighborhood you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have some bad news for folks that like to eat a lot.
Oh, no.
And not even a lot. Like 3 meals a day? You do 3 meals a day?
Am I being honest? No, I don't.
You don't? No, but this is actually, it's a good sign. It's a very good sign, but Eddie's rejoining us here. You, Eddie, do 3 meals a day?
No, probably do 1, maybe 2. That's about it.
So, okay, so we're all on the same page. I do about 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But the folks, there are folks, I guess, who still do the breakfast, lunch, and dinner thing.
I used to be that guy. Just as I gotten older, I don't have that appetite.
Well, apparently breakfast, lunch, dinner, that schedule for eating was invented for coal miners who burned about 4,800 calories a day.
That's about right.
You burn about 2,200 at a desk. Yeah, the average person, no, I bet you, because you're out and about, you're walking around property, you're burning more than that.
I think I'm burning a little bit more than that, but
2,000, 2,100, 2,200 is about normal for a person. Some people have a high metabolism where they burn
What's
more.
2 donuts? That's a lot of my breakfast. Be 2 donuts.
2 donuts?
Yeah. What's that? Probably like 1,500 calories?
No, it depends on the donut.
1,400 calories?
I'd guess.
Yeah, before I give you an answer, I need to see the donut.
It's just a glazy donut.
Oh, that's probably not too bad.
Then I get a hot fudge.
Oh, well, you're adding
Coffee,
calories
yeah.
all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got to have that for the energy to get going.
I think a donut's like 150.
That's it?
Just a single glazed donut?
Dude,
Yeah, I don't think it's that much.
I can go up
I
on
would
another
guess
donut now.
300-400 at least.
Not a cream filled, like one of the big ones, probably 300-400.
I can't eat one of them too big. Get me all bloated.
Yeah. I told you about probiotics, but apparently the 3-pattern meal took off in the 1850s during the Industrial Revolution. Work days ran 12 hours.
Yep.
And factory workers and miners needed a midday meal just to stay upright. Before then, most English people ate twice a day. Romans ate once. Lunch didn't even exist as a separate meal. The average American walks 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day, about 1.5 miles. Anything under 5,000 puts you in sedentary territory. Yeah, crap. A sedentary 35-year-old guy needs about 2,200 calories a day to hold his weight steady. A sedentary woman around 1,800. One chain restaurant dinner runs around 900 to 1,500 calories on its own. Researchers at the University of Toronto measured meals at 19 sit-down chains. Breakfast averaged over 1,200 calories. Lunch is about 1,000. Dinner's about 1,200
I
as
can't
well.
eat a big lunch anymore and expect
I don't
anything
do
way
lunch
out of the
anymore.
day. If I eat a big lunch, man, our day's kind of ended. You know?
Could have that siesta afterwards.
Yeah, I hate it. But
And when I'm really watching, like I'll do certain days that are fast and then eat a nice 1,600 calorie meal and I'm all right. And then there are other days where it's like, okay, I'll have an 800 calorie breakfast to get going, but I'm not eating a lot for dinner. And I usually don't eat lunch. I might snack a little bit.
I was your age, though. I was 3 meals a day. But I was a factory guy.
You were a factory guy, right.
And you honestly, it's strange, especially rotating shifts. We used to talk about this all the time. For whatever reason, whatever shift you're on, every 4 hours you're hungry. It didn't matter if you're on night shift, day shift, every 4 hours, because that's generally when you're going to take a break. You're hungry.
Yeah, the U.S. food supply per person has climbed 23% since 1970. Our step counts have gone the opposite direction. The World Health Organization, if you can trust them, says more than 1 in 4 adults globally miss even the bare minimum physical activity level.
I trust them on that.
Yeah, me too.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you talk about steps, but like, what if you are doing like weightlifting or like a yoga or something like that. I mean, you're imagining you're burning calories if you're doing something.
If you're weightlifting, yeah. I mean, you're not really burning that many calories doing yoga.
Oh, okay.
Or walking.
I would think so with the yoga.
Depends on the yoga you're doing or the Pilates.
All I think about is your diamond, what was it?
DDP yoga,
Yeah.
Diamond Dallas Page.
That's what I think about with yoga with him.
His stuff, his hour-long one?
Well, I remember you used to say, he used to come in, I did this one.
Yeah, that one would hurt. I haven't done that one in ages. But yeah, so steps is the easiest way, I think, to get things done. And it's beyond just like calorie burn. Apparently there's this idea of if you get up in the morning and you just walk outside, get some sunlight, like you're just across the board, your physiology, your mental health, everything will improve.
It decreases your cortisol levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much sunlight are you getting? Are you doing like the freaks are doing, where you're going out nude and just exposing yourself to the sun, or are you just getting some regular sunlight?
Yeah, it's like your body needs to be exposed to direct sunlight in the first 30 minutes for like 5 minutes.
When do you think I live in the waters?
You think he's been hanging out in Fairhope?
No, I don't know. Maybe you guys haven't learned or anything, but these new hippies, they're doing they're kind of doing the whole naked thing to the sun for like the first 45 minutes of the day.
But apparently about 40% of American adults are now obese. I think it's more.
I think it's higher than that.
And it's higher than that. I think it's higher than that. Definitely higher than that. But even folks in America, it's like, I don't eat 3 meals a day. And then you ask them what they eat for dinner and then what dessert they had and then the snack they had after the dessert.
How do you classify the meals? Like, I eat 3 times a day.
Right. And I just pile in a crap load of food right before I lay down to go to bed.
Yeah, it's that second dinner that normally gets people.
See that? Okay. Jamaica? Yeah, when we had the room service stuff, literally we'd get dinner and then go back to the room and get second dinner. So, yeah.
But you were probably burning the calories.
I would like to think I was, but all I was doing was drinking alcohol and chilling on the beach.
Accumulating calories.
I did some dancing, but, Yeah.
And apparently some swimming.
Yeah, did a little swimming.
So if you want to eat 3 big meals a day, go join the River Region Runners and take up the 8K challenge.
Or become a coal miner.
Or go work the factory like this fella did for years.
Yeah, they're hiring right now. They're always hiring.
Line 1, you're on there. Who's this?
It's Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
Hey, guys. Well, anytime I need to, if I eat something now, the first thing I'm looking for is a bed. I need to take a nap, dude. It's bad. It's really bad.
Are you at the point now where you got to watch out what you eat for heartburn? Because that's me, another thing. I've always got to have a heartburn pill ready.
Yeah, I used to deal with it, but really not at all. I used to have to take Prilosec and stuff like that. But I mean, the amount of food that I eat now is just way, way, way down. I'm down from 265, 270 down to about 215.
Nice. Pretty good, man.
Nice. Right there, man.
Heading to 195. It's still going. I want to get my girlish high school figure back. So, it's going to take a minute though to lose a little bit more weight. But yeah, still.
Well, muscle weighs more than fat.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, so, but, I mean, I've told you this before. When I was young, I mean, we were like eating like crazy. But, then we were working. I mean, when you work in the hayfield, bud, you're burning calories.
Oh, yeah. I bet y'all didn't eat that many processed foods growing up.
5,000, 6,000 calories.
No,
a day,
not
maybe
near as much
more.
we used to now.
Easy.
We do now, yeah.
I mean, and would you eat like good quality whole food or like processed?
Oh,
crap?
yeah. No. It was very, very good. I mean, we would come home and get us a nice meal, handmade veggies, and I mean, everything was nice. Very, very nice. But, yeah, anyway, coming off of that, it's hard to stop eating. When all of a sudden you're 30 years old and, your stomach's still telling you you're in the hayfield, but your body's saying you better not do it. So anyway, I was going to bring to y'all's attention, though, this is something that, most people just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But Eddie knows this. But the word war that is going on in places that the federal government is in charge of is absolutely gone berserk.
Yep. Oh, okay. I know where
You have to say this and don't say that, and say it this way and not that way. And it's just nuts. So, you know, in one of my comments, like for when I write a report, the neighborhood section, for instance, you know, what the uses are. Well, one of the uses is places of worship. Okay, there's churches around here. They're places of worship. Well, places of worship and the word worship just plain won't do for these folks anymore.
What?
They got to say, no, you can't say worship. So what I do, Eddie, is I take it out of the report.
Yep.
And I put it in, and I change it, and then I put it into my little revision comment in the section saying, the client told me to change the word worship. So it's still in the report, and they have a hissy fit over it. But I tell them to kiss my lily whites because I ain't changing it. Y'all the ones that told me to change it. So I'm just telling the story of what happened. Y'all said change it, and I'm putting it in there that y'all told me to change it.
But well, like
the word worship.
What are you supposed to call it then? A church?
Oh, for religious facilities, but who cares what you call it? Really?
They're just trying to dilute it and dial
Religious
it down.
facilities.
Just trying to dilute it so eventually it'll mean nothing.
Or just not, I don't know what they're trying to do. Well, we all know what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, movie that they were changing words and nobody knew what anything meant. I can't remember the name of it now, but anyway.
No, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Like, you go to the church to pray to God. You go to the church to get absolution for your sins. You go to the church to commune with others. You go to the religious facilities to get adrenochrome or something.
Right. Well, but they don't have a problem with religious facilities.
Of course they do.
In other words, they're just making something up. The word police need to be keel-hauled, dragged out, stripped naked in public, tarred and feathered, and left in the stockade for a day or two until they get the message they ain't supposed to be in everybody's business like that. That's what really needs to happen in a real world. But let me tell you what they're doing, okay? They are assuming that by me using the word worship, that I have an ill intent to hurt somebody's feelings. It is not on the onus is not on me to prove that I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. The onus is on the person whose feelings are hurt to prove that I meant to.
Well, and I think it's even more than that. I think that what is in effect here is getting you to say 2 + 2 = 5. Like, it's not about it's to get breaking brains to where you use the language policing as a way to, police people's spirit.
Exactly. So, I mean, I just wanted to kind of enlighten those people that don't know what's going on, like behind the scenes. This is an Elizabeth Warren special, by the way. Okay, she's the impetus for all this when she was in the banking committee, really like the head of it and everything, and in the Fed they had all these DEI type initiatives, and the word police thing was one of them. I mean, I thank God that they're basically neutered at this point, but the garbage that they instilled is still around.
Oh, yeah.
And is in the process. It has to be extracted out because this is ridiculous. We can't. This is why we can't have nice things, Joey.
Oh no, and I'm not surprised because anything having to do with regulating housing or real estate and stuff, I've just learned from many different corners. It's just gay and retarded at this point.
And I mean, we're not the only industry. It is across the board. Every industry, every institution,
and even professional
the government has got to all jump through these stupid little DEI hoops. So I'm hoping that by vocalizing it, bring some things to some attention, especially to some lawmakers saying, "Look, we just can't do this. This is ridiculous." Anyway, all right, off my high horse and my soapbox. I'll pack it up and see y'all tomorrow.
It was a good one, brother. 272-9228. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Is this?
Simpler days.
Hey, Simpler days.
What's happening, man?
Well, fat by any other name is still fat.
Yes, it is.
You can come up with plump, chubby, pleasingly round, but you're still fat. And reality is painful, Joey and gang. It is. But we can't tell people they're fat anymore. Because, as the previous caller said, you may hurt somebody's feelings. I graduated, there was 700 in my graduating class at Lanier. I can't remember, and there may have been one, I can't remember one male or female, nor one on the football team, nor one on the wrestling team, baseball team, or basketball team. And there was a reason for that, because back then, when you got through eating your last meal, your supper, the kitchen was closed. And if you didn't eat your supper, and now it's like kids, it's 24/7. They're snacking. They got to have a snack. Got to have a snack. And I mean, until we go back and change the way that we are letting kids eat, I mean, it's going to continue. And I mean, you go in Walmart, all the scooters are taken up by obese people, and you see healthy people that should walk, get their steps in. They have to park in a handicap place. They have to park as close as they can get because they're scared of exercise. And,
man. And it's as much a mental, psychological, and spiritual battle when you get a size and the mentality that got you there and how much you feel stuck. It is. I mean, clearly there is calories in, calories out. There's basic metabolic function, but often the reason people are in that state is something underlying, like they're essentially self-medicating with food.
Yeah, exactly. And the basis to me of everything, gentlemen, is discipline. Yeah. And if you don't have discipline in your life, and all overeating is lack of discipline. And just telling yourself you are what you eat, you're going to kill yourself, you're going to shorten your lifespan, you're going to lose mobility, and as you get older, it's going to be a whole lot worse to lose it.
Yeah, starting to think that Epicurus was full of crap.
But I mean, society is just spoon feeding children, and maybe Kennedy's got a plan to stop it. But I mean, the just spoon feeding of crap to kids and putting in their mindset either through the media or whatever that they've got to have a snack, and they can't be they can't be happy if they don't have a snack in their hand or the next snack. When's the next snack coming? And it's just a mindset.
It's
have a good day, gentlemen.
Appreciate it. Simpler Days. 272-9228. 334-272-9228. And also, I think people try to get it into kids' head, like, let's just do exercise for exercise sake. Mm-hmm. Like, so you're not a big fatty bombaddy at 12. Mm-hmm. But I think that's still even the wrong approach. Like, to just go exercise for exercise sake. Like, it needs to be more like, be active, like, be fun. And at a certain point, maybe you really do love exercise. I think I'm that way at this point. Like, I don't feel mentally right unless I actually go work out. Mm-hmm. But
if you have a certain lifestyle, you don't have to kind of build that in. That mindset of, okay, let's go exercise. Like, you're just, it's a part of the routine, the same way you go to mass every morning.
Oh, yeah. And it needs to be like self-directed too, because if it's like your mom going, let's move, that's not going to last. No. That's not going to last at all. Anyway, have you ever heard of the term Zoftig? Or Zoftig? Yeah, it is it's a interesting word, it's actually Yiddish derived adjective describing a pleasantly plump or well-proportioned woman.
Well, I know several of those.
The kids call them fat mas now.
What? That's the term? Fat mas?
I thought we call them thick.
With 2 C's.
Yes.
Fat Mama. Fat Ma.
Pretty hot and tipsy.
Zoftic.
Yeah. I don't know. I like thick better.
Anyway, after that note, we need to hit a break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir. Since 1983, we've treated you like family. Day or night, we do things right so you can live more comfortably. Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir right now.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. It's still a warm, dry forecast for now with mostly sunny skies today. High temperature in the upper 80s. Tonight, slow down to about 60. Tomorrow, if we get up to around 90 degrees on Friday, that would tie a 70-year-old record from about 1955. And even Saturday, mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 89. An approaching cold front brings the chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms in the overnight hours Saturday night into Sunday morning. We need the raindrops. Then behind the front, significantly cooler air on Sunday with a high only up to about 73. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. By the way, I think this is the soundtrack to Eddie going and overlooking his lake view.
Lake view's not that great right now. All in the waters.
He's got some like fishbowl pineapple drink with an umbrella hanging out of
I
it.
do love pineapple, man. You guys don't even know. I buy pineapple spears.
Smoking an $8 cigar.
I can't smoke cigars. I get too lightheaded. I guess I just don't know how to do it.
Let's go to Soldier Boy. Hey, Soldier Boy, how you doing?
Soldier Boy!
I got a case of the Eric Sauerwell problem, Sam.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. Hey, I was going to talk about some local crime issues. You know, it's funny when we had that weekend of shootings and killings and everything that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed they had a male and a female that were arrested within a day or two, which is props to the police department for doing their job and investigations. But they were out the next day because they only had a $50,000 or $60,000 bail bond. I mean, they only got to put up $5,000-$6,000 and they're back on the street.
Yep.
So this is a person that took a gun, shot somebody, killed somebody, but back on the street. Explain it to me, Joey.
It's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. And I guess it depends on what they're charged with. No, I'm with you. It shouldn't be put back out. And a lot of this now is at the discretion of these judges still, and the judges have been empowered with multiple types of crimes where you can say, no, you're not being let out.
I would think so.
They don't do it.
Well, you know what happens? You know, my dad's old-fashioned, bless his soul, you know, and he's passed on to the great day. But the thing is, my dad used to tell me something. People sometimes don't understand until it hits right at home. It's not until the chicken comes home to roost. And I believe that sometimes because, for example, we had a dog that used to come over and defecate in my dad's front yard. My dad had his green grass and everything, and he got upset after a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, and his neighbor says, "Well, it's just a dog. He's got to defecate somewhere." He says, it's always different until it's in your yard. Once it's in your yard, it's different. I think some of these judges need to have maybe, not going to say this, well, yeah, I'm going to say it. Maybe one time they have a family member that's been raped or beat or murdered or robbed or assaulted with a weapon or something, till they understand by letting these people out with these $50,000, $60,000 bails, you're just unleashing them even maybe into your own neighborhood, Judge.
Yeah.
But I guess sometimes until it hits home, nobody wakes up. Like my dad used to say, nobody recognizes anything. And I noticed one thing too last time, Joey, was it a couple of times ago maybe? But I called and you had the mayor as a guest on the show.
Yeah, it would have been several months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I asked him a couple of questions, and nonchalantly, I told him, I was like, I go to Wetumpka Walmart and go to the Walmart on Atlanta Highway in Ann Street, day and night. Same store, day and night. Customers, cleaner. It's just different. And I do my grocery shopping, and I do a lot of my shopping in Wetumpka. And the mayor said, I said, well, I'm taking my tax money. I live here. And he goes, well, that's your choice. That's not my problem. He don't care. If I had a citizen that told me that, I would have said we need to make some changes and address what's going on to make these environments a little more, Another thing is I didn't notice one thing about the story is I did a little research. During that weekend shooting, there was a child, I think it was a child under 10 that got hit by a stray bullet. Nobody's talking too much about that.
Mm-hmm.
Goes back to my old story. A stray bullet has no conscience. These people are not going out there and getting marksmanship ribbon down there at the firing range. These are people just shooting at random, but usually with fully automatic clips, adapters on there. A lot of them. Thank God that was one of the best federal laws that ever passed. And great thing about when you best a federal crime, you have no chance of parole. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Somebody told me you couldn't get any. You can't be released. When you're going to do 15, you're going to do 15 in the feds.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to do maybe 5 for good period.
Yeah, you day for day.
Yeah, no, it's
exactly.
sad. It's a shame. And it's also like we're broken records on here. Been talking about it for years now.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is not getting better despite all the talk and promise of progress. So here we are. The baseline's up, where the baseline is up in terms of homicides a year. And that's just one stat, not just all sorts of crime.
Yeah.
And then the baseline's lower on force levels. And it just seems like the new normal. And it's a shame.
I have friends that live in Prattville, and Prattville is grown pretty big. But one thing that they told me is a couple people, they said the only thing Prattville needs now is a Costco, a Sam's. That's the only reason why they come to Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of those two stores.
That's a shame.
If we had, I know, but if they had one I see one soon in Prattville, don't you?
No, it's not enough people yet. You still got one within 20-something miles, yeah. You ain't got enough people yet.
Anyway, Soldier Boy, I'm running out of time here. I got a bunch of other calls, but I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Soldier Boy.
Perspective. This part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson, the Goodson Group, and there at the Goodson Group. Bo and his team can help you whether you're looking to buy or sell a home or property here in the River Region real estate market. And of course, not only can they help you with buying and selling property there at the Goodson Group, using that 50 years of experience, they can also help you with management services should you want to rent out your home. Great idea in this market.
Mm-hmm.
So check them out today. That's the Goodson Group. You can always learn more in detail at thegoodsongroup.com. Or just give them a call direct. Start the conversation at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group, great sponsor here of the program. Let's go to Duke.
What up, Duke?
What up?
How you doing?
Joey, what's up, man? With you?
Just another day in paradise.
I tell you something, Joey. I listened to what's his name, Simpler Days, talking about eating healthy and all that stuff a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I tell you something. I was driving down the road a while ago. I couldn't help myself. I had the banner on the side of Applebee's saying you get your big fat burger. They got a big old fat burger. Y'all seen that banner?
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Fat burger
them.
up there.
I've seen them too.
Yeah. And got the little fries, so you get a drink for $1. Man, I couldn't help myself. I went on up in there. I said, hell, I can't call a DoorDash like other folks, you know, because DoorDash, get them a damn hamburger from McDonald's and those things. You can get that thin stuff from Crystal, right? The little thin piece of meat, you can get that from Crystal. But I tell you something, bro, gentlemen. Oh, that daggone thing was so good, bro, gentlemen. Ooh, Lord, it must have fun. Oh, man.
Now, do you do that every day, Dick?
You know, it's about 3/4 thick, 3/4 inch thick.
No, do you do that every day? Do you go get like a big old burger like that all the time?
No. I just kept passing that banner all the time, you know. And I said, hell, I'm gonna try it today, you know.
Advertising works.
And, oh man, Applebee's, you got it going on with that one, buddy. That's where you go get your real hamburger, folks. Like I said, if you want something thin, go to Chris and get that little thin piece of meat. That's all you're getting at these other places, you know. But anyhow, speaking of health and stuff, why talk about health from this White House when, you know, you got this individual in the White House, down there from Queens, got McDonald's delivering stuff to him. That's unhealthy.
Well, if you're having to deal with Iran and the Pope, you're going to get a filet of fish too.
You hear what you get your hands on, in other words.
Yeah, no, it's a hilarious dichotomy where RFK Jr. is like, okay, we're setting up this kitchen here, we're going to be healthy, and Trump's like, I drink Diet Coke because, you know, when you pour it out on the grass, it kills the grass. I think it kills cancer cells. This is something Dr. Oz actually said. I was talking to Trump the other day on Air Force One, and he said that he drinks Diet Coke because he thinks it kills cancer cells. And I tried to get him not to eat the Mickey D's and all the stuff. But
good luck.
Goodness gracious.
What's this? Speaking of this Kennedy dude, what's up with him and the raccoon? What's my jig there? You know, I don't want to say that nasty stuff on that way.
Alabama toothpick.
What's up with that man?
Oh, gross.
Cutting out dead. The raccoon dead already now. What are they going to do with it?
The headline is RFK Jr. once chopped off a dead raccoon's penis to quote-unquote study later while on a family road trip.
The funniest part, the line I read was he told the kids, stay in the car, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll read the story here in a second in the beginning of next hour. We'll have to get into it.
Hey, I've been told years ago that white folks, they're curious about some of everything.
This is true. This is very true.
There's a truth to that.
This man curious about the daggone coon pecker, boy.
Yeah. Like it. All this hadn't been a little bit curious.
Let me go, man, before I get him in trouble.
Curiosity, man.
Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
It's Daddy-O.
Hey, Daddy-O.
What's going on, yo? I got a question for you. Well, I got something I want to say, and I got a question. We read where on the news they got 121 ships coming over here to the United States to get oil. Y'all
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my question is, I ain't smart as pickles in that jar, but if we got that much oil, where all the nations are coming over here and getting oil, why in the hell is our price $3.89?
That is an excellent question. Excellent question.
Well, all that oil that we were paying for that we got, you now have more people trying to get that oil that we were paying for.
I also need that oil.
Like bidding it up, essentially.
They're still coming over here. But my other thing, you remember I was telling y'all about my transgender goat service problem I had?
Yes, how's that going?
Yeah, Montgomery wouldn't give me no license.
Is that right?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you don't really need a license.
Yeah, you do. You got to have a rental license for livestock.
Oh.
And I went down there and they tell me, no, we don't. You don't allow them to wear lipstick, and they're transgender and LBGQT, whatever the heck that is. So anyway, I changed over, guys. I'm gonna start renting jackasses.
Oh,
nice.
All right.
Yeah, donkeys and jackasses, because I know good and dang well that I can get licensed in Montgomery for that, because ain't nothing down there in that government but jackasses.
Knew that was coming.
Well, best of luck.
Hey, thank you, Daddy-O.
All your
All
endeavors.
right, holla at you.
See you, brother.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, on federal time, apparently you do 85%.
85%.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you get in trouble, then you've got to do the full 100.
Nice.
I'm still disappointed none of our callers have talked about the whole moonshine angle on the.
Well, we'll get to the story. Let me read the story first. Maybe somebody will pick up on that angle. First, I got to hit a break in this part of the program. In fact, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. You know something about them, don't you?
Yes, I do. I know they're wonderful people. I know when people call me and say, Eddie, I need some mortgage information, and they kind of want more information than I can give them, this is who I turn them over to, especially first-time home buyers and especially VA buyers. Because to me, they've got the best VA program in town.
Yeah, and there are a lot of veterans still think I used it or I don't qualify or yada, yada, yada. No, don't. My buddy told me that it's not worth it.
That, yeah.
Like, what in the world? Go talk to Kim and Madeline. They're at Alabama Home Mortgage. So you can get things like no down payment purchases,
Exactly
100% cash out refinances.
Exactly right.
And even if you're not a veteran, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, they can walk you through that process. All starts with pre-approval. Don't waste your time with an online mortgage calculator or all this other nonsense.
Feelings hurt.
Get a pre-approval that is as good as gold that you could shop with confidence with there at Alabama Home Mortgage. And, of course, they not only serve Alabama, but also Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. So maybe you got some friends or family out in those states that want some help with a great mortgage company. Point them in Alabama Home Mortgage's direction. Or maybe you're looking for a new place. You want to make sure that move goes smoothly.
There you go.
Check them out today. That number 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. At Equal Housing Lender.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
At Blue Water Broadcasting, we believe great advertising starts with relationships. That's why so many local business owners trust us, not just for radio, but for digital too. If you're already running digital advertising and you're not seeing results, it may be time to explore your options. Our team takes the time to understand your business, then builds custom campaigns using a multi-channel conversion-focused approach. So whether it's digital display, social media, or you need help increasing your online presence, Blue Water Broadcasting can help. Before your next campaign, let's have a conversation. Visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Yeah, with the AI. I just sang a thing into the AI badly, and after a few prompts, processes, came up with this. And, well, we have a new trailer, I believe, that dropped for Spaceballs 2.
Oh, cool.
Where I believe at Comic-Con they revealed or CinemaCon, they revealed the official title for Spaceballs 2. And I believe Mel Brooks is, 100?
Yeah. I watched a thing on one of the shows I watched the other day. It's Mel Brooks and the celebration of history of the world. And yeah, he was right at 100 years old.
And so this was just, I think, dropped. Came out a little after midnight today.
Mm-hmm.
And let's listen in. It starts with, an old message when Mel Brooks was playing Yogurt, and from the first Spaceballs. Really good stuff. Let's watch together.
Nearly 40 years ago, a promise was made.
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money. Money, you know?
Hold it. Wait a minute. It's me, Mel Brooks. I have a major announcement. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, is not going to be the title of this movie. Why not? Because after all these years, I found the money. There it is, the money. It was in my basement. But everywhere I go, people say, Mel, where's the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new Spaceballs? When are you going to make the new one? Well, we did it. And the title is Spaceballs, the new one. It's just like the old one, but it's newer. That's why it's called the new one. There you have it. I'll see you at the movies, and may the Schwartz be with you.
Next year in April.
Nice.
April 23rd of next year. Yeah.
I hope he's around.
Maybe we all
see
make it that long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that made me smile this morning. The Spaceballs and the flamethrower. Kids love this.
Kids love it.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump has announced that Israel and Lebanon have declared a 10-day ceasefire in their ongoing war. He says that ceasefire will kick in starting at 5 o'clock Eastern Time today. Meanwhile, a Pakistani delegation meeting in Tehran hoping for more U.S.-Iran talks before the current ceasefire comes to an end. Iran continues to sound a defiant tone, but one expert, former GOP Senator Jim Talent, says there is no question the Islamic Republic now faces serious obstacles following several weeks of strikes by the U.S. and Israel. A decision to adjust prices is paying off for one big U.S. company, PepsiCo. Revenues jumped 8.5% in the first quarter to $19.44 billion. Investors on Wall Street keeping recent gains alive. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up by 63 points. This is SRN News.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. It's more than just great prices on lumber. From Trex decking to energy-efficient windows and Tamco shingles, Alabama Wholesale Lumber has it all.
Well, hi, everybody. It's still a warm, dry forecast for now with mostly sunny skies today. High temperature in the upper 80s. Tonight's low down to about 60. Tomorrow, if we get up to around 90 degrees on Friday, that would tie a 70-year-old record from about 1955. And even Saturday, mostly sunny with a high temperature up to about 89. An approaching cold front brings the chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms in the overnight hours Saturday night into Sunday morning. We need the raindrops. Then behind the front, significantly cooler air on Sunday with a high only up to about 73. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASC Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASC Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
1819 News.
Campaign finance numbers are in for the Republican primary candidates who are running in the U.S. Senate race here in Alabama. Congressman Barry Moore topped the charts for the first quarter when it comes to incoming campaign donations. He brought in $902,000. Former U.S. Navy SEAL Jared Hudson was able to raise $549,000 in that same quarter. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall reported a fundraising total of $179,000, and cattle farmer Rodney Walker reported $1.3 million raised so far, with Walker self funding much of his own campaign. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness License Plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
The case against a Fairhope woman who wore an obscene inflatable costume to a No Kings rally last year has now been dismissed by a municipal judge. Gina Gamble had been charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and violating municipal code when she wore the 7-foot costume to a rally where there were children present. Judge Hames Snedeker presided over Gamble's case. The police department has 14 days to determine if they plan to appeal that decision. A longtime coach and science teacher at Hewitt-Trussville High School has died in a car crash that occurred this past Wednesday. David Dobbs was in the car with his wife, Anita, when the multi-vehicle crash occurred involving a commercial vehicle. Dobbs' wife has been hospitalized and is in critical condition. 68-year-old Dobbs was part of the high school athletic program for 3 decades before he retired in 2020. He was then inducted into the Alabama High School Sports Hall of Fame. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Independent Glass has been your one-stop shop for all things glass since 1978. They offer a full range of architectural products, and they're armed with the knowledge and expertise to get even the most demanding job done, big or small. Attention to detail, 24-hour replacement services, and their uncompromising commitment to excellence is why Montgomery's first choice for all things glass is Independent Glass. Call them today at 263-2823 and learn more about what they can do for you at independentglassco.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. once pulled his family sedan to the side of the road after spying a dead raccoon and swiftly cut off its penis so that he could study its actually multiple sex organs. You know what, the whole thing. So you could study them later. This is from the New York Post, folks. The bizarre account by the nation's top civilian health official was unearthed in the new book, RFK Jr., The Fall and Rise, authored by the Post's own Isabel Vincent, who drew upon a wide range of sources, including private journals he penned while living in New York City between 1999 and 2001. I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684, cutting the penis out of a roadkill raccoon, thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be. Reads a surreal passage in which the Health and Human Services head, now 72, was reportedly lamenting his rocky relationships with his brother Douglas Kennedy and cousin Bobby Shriver. My kids waited patiently in the car, he noted, later telling People magazine he collected the raccoon's genitals so he could study them later. The eccentric Kennedy scion's bizarre recollection adds to the laundry list of grisly encounters with animals parts he's had over the years. His daughter, Kick Kennedy, recalled in a 2012 interview with Town and Country magazine that her father's fascination with animal viscera once put a smelly damper on a childhood family vacation to Hannesport, Massachusetts. upon learning a whale carcass had washed ashore on nearby Squaw Island. The elder Kennedy made a beeline for the beach and proceeded to decapitate the beast with a chainsaw.
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He then strapped the whale's enormous noggin to the roof of the family minivan with a bungee cord, intending once again to bring it home to study, grossing out the family in his dogged pursuit of knowledge.
What, the Clark Griswold?
I don't see that big of a deal.
Every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice would pour into the windows of the car, and it was the rankest thing on the planet.
That
told
part
the
of
magazine.
the grossness. Yeah, I forgot about that. Plus, if you were behind him.
Did you tell or ask one of the kids to grab the other side and help you lift it?
Yes, he could have done it by himself. Somebody's lifting that with him.
That's crazy.
Are we talking on the beluga wheel?
But you guys have never done nothing?
Nah, I've never.
Not like that.
I've never done
She
that.
goes on to say, we all had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger, but that was just a normal day-to-day stuff for us. In 2024, while briefly running for president, Kennedy admitted to the New Yorker magazine that a decade earlier he had dumped a dead bear cub in Central Park after a botched attempt to skin it.
Yep. Huh. Yeah.
In an apparent effort to preempt the article's imminent publication, Kennedy admitted in a video on social media that he and some buddies had been drinking when they hatched the scheme to ditch the cub's body and make it look like it got hit by a bike. He claimed he found the killed cub while on a falconing trip in Goshen, New York. He is a falconer.
Yes.
He is. He does enjoy that. Last year, after President Trump nominated Kennedy to lead HHS, his cousin Caroline Kennedy claimed in a letter to lawmakers that while in college, he put chicks and mice in a blender to feed his hawks, calling his dorm room a perverse scene of despair and violence. I mean, the hawks got to eat.
I don't know if I believe that. Like, just feed them to the hawk.
Yeah. So far, the results of Kennedy's rigorous whale head and raccoon penis studies have not been publicly disclosed, says the New York Post.
Man, knowing that he's a Kennedy, I just really hope there was a Save the Whales bumper sticker on the back of that as he was transporting it down the interstate.
Oh, wow.
You guys never, y'all ever dissect the frog? We'll start there.
Yeah, but I've never taken a chainsaw to a whale's head, man.
No, but I feel like that's missed opportunity now.
Y'all are missing, like, I just got a text of a raccoon penis bone necklace on Etsy.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you, dude. It's jewelry, just like moose nuggets, moose poop. They use it for jewelry.
eBay.
Yeah.
Like $12.
Why?
For the
You
steel.
can get a ooslick, too. They sell all kinds of stuff like that.
It's a weird, wacky place out there, Joey.
Yes, it is, Joey.
You know, we were recommending how people go outside and walk.
Not so much
Yeah,
anymore.
now I'm like, hey, stay inside and pray. Like,
Pray the calories away.
like, this is...
Pray hard.
Yeah,
Dude, this is life. Things die. People were curious.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I love that, by the way, his definition of life. This is life. Things die.
Things die. Well, the other day, embarrassing enough, there was a bird out in the waters. It was dead.
Yeah.
For some reason, Hannah decided to video this. She's like, grab the bird. So I picked it up. I was like, it's dead. So I just went to put it under the bush. But now people are coming at me. You should have checked him. He could have been knocked out. I put him under a bush. He's fine. If he's dead, he's fine.
But now it smells like human, so the mom's going to reject it.
It was a full-size bird. It was a bird, for God's sakes, folks. There's
It's
1,000 of them.
You're never too old for your mother to reject you.
You know, sometimes it's just okay to tell someone, no, you're not going to do something.
She got it on video.
Well, here's another story of like going from RFK out to, I was talking yesterday, just kind of top of the dome monologuing about how California's problems are not just political in the sense that their politics is nuts. But I think
Ideological,
politics
too.
is the manifestation of a deeper spiritual problem going on out there, especially in places like the City of Angels.
Oh,
so-called.
yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
But this is from the City Journal, Christopher Rufo. It's a scoop. California is giving free sex change procedures to homeless illegal aliens. Our team went into the shelters and discovered that trans migrants are coming into the state for hormones, breast implants, and quote-unquote bottom surgeries, all on the taxpayer dime. And you know what's interesting about a sex change operation? It doesn't actually change your sex. But they don't have houses. They don't have places to live.
But
then you're like, hey, let's butcher you up here.
That story makes zero sense.
It's crazy.
It is, but
it's bizarre.
I hate saying it. It's not that surprising anymore.
Yeah, here is the write-up.
Still kind of surprising to me.
Not to me.
A bunch of illegals traveling 500 miles.
But you've got people that are wanting to
get their wing chopped off. No.
Yeah, well, there are people that are wanting to do the opposite of the Bible. and they're willing to do anything that takes. That means if I'm going to get illegal people in this country to do god-awful things to them and bring them to the dark side, so be it.
I thought you were talking about the migrants there for a second. I was like, they could just stay there and do all the legal, evil stuff.
They
You don't need to come all the way up here to trek 1,000 miles to do it.
But here's the story from cityjournal.org. Last month, we received a report from a whistleblower who claimed that illegal aliens are staying in San Francisco's homeless shelters. Following up on the tip, we visited numerous publicly funded shelters in San Francisco and spoke to employees and residents about their policies, sometimes through a translator. We discovered not only that the shelters were housing illegal immigrants, but also that they were apparently housing a population of male to female transgender illegal aliens who had hoped to obtain quote-unquote gender-affirming care. And to our shock, state and local governments apparently are providing it. St. Vincent de Paul's MSC South facility, again, St. Vincent's. Like, you can see the vestiges of what actually tried to create civilization out west. But now in that facility, St. Vincent's, in San Francisco's largest homeless shelter, and in 2024, it signed a $66 million service contract with the city. After we arrived, this is again from cityjournal.org, at the front entrance, an employee wearing a do-rag and a light green polo shirt showed us around and confirmed that illegal aliens were living there. You got a few people here from El Salvador. You got a few people here from Venezuela. You got a few people here from a little bit everywhere, he said. As a rule, he suggested management instructed employees to refuse cooperation with federal immigration authorities. When the ICE thing was going around, we all had a meeting and they told us we ain't letting them in. Among the shelter's residents was a group of Hondurans who identified as transgender. During our visit to MSC South, whose executive director did not respond to a request for comment, we spoke with two Honduran men, Laika and Alondra, who identified as transgender women. Both indicated that the local government gave them shelter and food. Laika, who wore long hair and red lipstick, was candid about this arrangement. He confirmed that he was an illegal immigrant and that the shelter doesn't ask questions about immigration status. Tango Medical, he said, referring to the state's health care program, which under Gavin Newsom began providing full-scope coverage to illegal aliens, which includes transgender procedures or gender-affirming care. He said he was receiving cross-sex hormone therapy and bore the physical signs of having done so. Alondra, a muscular man in a camouflage shirt and dyed hair tied behind his head, said he had been in the United States after claiming asylum. According to the translator, the city government had offered to pay first and second month's rent on private apartments for him in Laika, but neither accepted the offer in Laika's case because he might not be able to pay for the apartment after the second month. At the Embarcadero Safe Navigation Center, a city-funded shelter on the eastern waterfront that did not respond to our comment for requests, we heard similar stories. Jacqueline, a self-identified trans woman from Mexico living at the shelter who claimed to be a lawful U.S. resident, indicated that they were illegal aliens living in the shelter. Wearing rouge on his cheeks and a low-cut red shirt, Jacqueline flaunted his large chest. He said that he had gotten transgender hormone treatments and confirmed that he had received breast implants from the state Medi-Cal program. Wow. Though Jacqueline claimed to be a legal resident, he suggested that the state also provides implants to illegal immigrants. Even though you're undocumented, he said, you can get them. You have a process, the hormones, go through therapy.
Isn't there better? I'm all about, I don't know.
I'm going to double down on my Gavin Newsom will not be the Democrat nominee.
Wow.
That's bizarre.
When most Californians think about homeless services, they imagine that their tax dollars are going to support veterans, families, and those who have fallen on hard times. But in San Francisco, the reality is some homeless shelters have apparently turned into havens for transgender identifying illegal aliens who can receive gender-affirming care on taxpayers' dime. Sometimes these policies are hidden under euphemisms. Other times, however, they are more explicit. At the end of our trip, we visited a third government-funded shelter, which is focused on transgender, gender nonconforming, intersex people. The center does not post its address publicly and displays a sign referring to what appears to be its former name, the Bryant Street Navigation Center. Outside the facility, which did not respond to our request for comment, we met a group of male to female transgender illegal aliens who told us that they wanted to receive transgender medical treatment. Apparently, word has traveled down the continent to the transgender communities in Mexico Honduras, and elsewhere. If you make it all the way to California, the government will pay for your shelter, hormones, and surgeries, no questions asked.
This will be run in every purple
I hope
district.
so. I hope it
across the
runs.
nation.
Yeah, they should go
Has
interview
to.
the two.
Has to.
Wow.
It's too much at stake, man.
Wow. Anyway, let's go to TS. Hey, TS, try to follow that.
I don't know what to say after the last 15 minutes that I have listened to.
Okay.
It's kind of alarming, and I now know why Jesus says California is just going to fall off the earth. I don't get it, Joey. I just don't get it.
Join the club.
What? Go ahead.
No, join the club. None of this makes any sense. How does it make any sense at all?
Why? All I'm asking is why.
Yeah,
Is there an answer?
And Gavin Newsom's office confirmed that California is giving this out, saying they're doubling down and suggesting that without state-funded breast implants and artificial vaginas, migrants will die in the streets. Undocumented Californians don't get special treatment. Everyone on Medi-Cal gets the same access to care. If you want to call California woke for not letting politicians interfere with doctors or not wanting people to die in the street, then go ahead, said the Assistant Deputy's Director of Comms for Governor Gavin Newsom.
So it's kind of like they pushed these people into this, and now we're paying for them to have all this.
Yep, and when they want to get it all redone,
to them?
and we say no, they're going to sue, and the state will settle, and
they're not going to be deported.
All right, not going to be deported. Guaranteed, can't deport somebody back. That we've kind of done that too.
Okay, the bottoms up thing. That's the main reason I called. When y'all were talking like 15 minutes ago about bottoms up, what does that refer to as far as a sexual thing? Bottoms up.
Like bottom surgery?
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
I have no
Not a
idea,
Brazilian butt
and I
lift,
didn't
Eddie.
want to Google it or AI it. It was.
I don't suggest you do that. Let's just say they can take the P and try to make it look like a V and vice versa.
Oh, I got you.
But it often looks, well, you don't want to see it.
I don't.
Ain't the devil grand? The devil is such a special person. Angel. He ain't in person. He's just an angel. He's a hellion. I don't know what else to say. I'm just mesmerized by this whole conversation.
Indeed. And we thought RFK Jr. was weird.
Yeah.
He is, but...
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Bye.
Well, thank you, TS. Love you, hon.
Love you more.
Bye.
I am feeling a lot better about myself now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, and then as much as we might complain about Montgomery or the Alabama, like the state government and stuff, like you read about other places and you're like, well,
we ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that.
Yeah. Perspective's a hell of a thing.
It is. It's just still.
We can't have nice things too.
No, we can't have nice things.
We can't. Nah.
272-9228. There was a potential breakthrough of peace. Lebanon and Israel agreed to a ceasefire, and they're looking. The potential big win could be Lebanon joins the Abraham Accords, and it would be a big move to push Hezbollah, just get rid of them completely out of the country.
Good luck.
Right, so what?
I'm still stuck on the boobs thing.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm not a dude that wants boobs. I'm a chick that wants boobs.
Sure.
Do I have to do the reverse surgery just to get better boobs? I mean,
yeah. What about the females down in the streets that want bigger boobs?
Yeah,
Gavin?
I mean,
perhaps Medi-Cal covers elective breast augmentation. I don't know.
Just if we're giving away boobs, I don't think we should be giving away to dudes. That's what I'm saying.
I'm with the man of the people, Eddie, over here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about. That's fine if they're going to blow the money anyway.
I mean, you can do that.
dudes?
I'm just saying, like, is that really going to solve your problems?
No.
But and by the way, that ain't just California. The boob jobs for the ladies. I mean, you can get that at Tractor Supply and Titus.
Dude, there's a whole website. Never mind. Yeah.
There's a what?
They call it the 360 body or something, where the
What the
ladies will have
world?
the baby, and then after they get the baby surgery and they become a tight body again. It's gross. The belly button rots off and everything. It's gross.
Anyways, I guess this was just a venture into the
the
demonic darkness that is creeping over this country in different corners.
And into the studio.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, man.
What do you guys do at 2 a.m? You don't go down dark holes?
No, man, I'm asleep. I go to sleep early now. Good too.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. You do?
Wake up every hour of the night most nights.
Oh, really?
Old man disease. It happens.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it happens.
You know he's up at the crack of dawn, getting all the sun he can over there.
Those fishermen are going to be in for a real surprise.
You thought Fairhope complained.
That's right.
Wait until the next tide is.
I don't know though. They still come by. I don't get it. All hours of the day and night.
Just checking out 1819, see the top trending stuff there, and of course the penis protester cleared of all charges at that No Kings rally arrest. Boater charged in fatal Alabama river crash. That's the lead story.
Sad story.
Charged with reckless murder and first-degree assault, William Alexander Marks Ackerman, 30 of Wetumpka. Shame was operating a 19-foot War Eagle vessel on March 7th when it crashed in Montgomery County. Authorities said the boat struck the east bank of the Alabama River near the Northern Boulevard. According to Aaliyah, 3 people, including Ackerman, were injured and transported to the hospital for treatment. Jonathan Behringer, 30 of Nashville, Tennessee, succumbed to his injuries on March the 24th. That's awful. I wonder what the full story is on that.
My guess is they ran aground more than likely.
Just a mistake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Irresponsible.
Because if there was like intoxication going on, he would have been charged with that too.
I would think so.
Yeah. Anyway. How about this? Let's hit a break, and we need to install a shower.
Take a shower
after some of these stories. Dadgum.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here in the River region, thousands of hardworking folks will be buying a home, some for the first time. How do you know you are buying the right home? It starts with research. A buyer's agent can help you in your search, providing a list of homes you may not be aware of or know about. At the same time, a meeting with a local lender to find out exactly what you qualify for and how much it will cost at closing and monthly. A list of needs and wants provided to your agent will help them locate properties that match those needs. An example would be bedrooms, baths, school zones, floor plan requests will also help. Start shopping and look at homes and compare and make a list of pluses and minuses for each home. Compare them with your agent to narrow the field. After you work out the contract, appraisals and inspections come next, and then the closing. For more details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. That's 221-2883.
Montgomery Men's Health salutes the man everyone depends on. You, the grill master. Your family don't have to go out to eat. You carry the load. You solve the problems. Mr. Fix-It. But when you're off, we all feel it. And what happens when the gas runs out? When the strength drops, when the transmission stalls, and I ain't just talking about your truck. Male performance is complicated. Treating low T and ED requires technical precision, and that's where Montgomery Men's Health shines. We've been conquering this since 2014, long before every strip mall had a low T sign. We started this clinic to level you up, to help separate fact from internet fiction, hype from the successful realities we see every day. What works 92% of the time versus what might work online. And we keep getting better. Better service, better care, better value. And for $99, you'll receive a lab panel in minutes and a consultation with our medical provider. Don't wait. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Y'all hear about all those politicians making money in the stock market?
Yeah, that Nancy Pelosi's making a killing.
Yeah, she is. And so is Coach.
Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah, he and Pelosi are making millions. Turns out old Senator Tuberville's trading ag futures while he's on the ag committee.
Wow, Tommy Tuberville's making a killing in the stock market.
Yep, just like Nancy Pelosi.
It's all just a big game to Coach Tuberville.
In 2024, Tommy Tuberville made millions trading stocks, just in 1 year.
Wonder what else there is.
So Tommy Tuberville is making millions in the stock market, all in the industries he regulates.
Tommy Tuberville's great at making millions for himself.
Now I want to know.
Just how much money did Tommy Tuberville and Nancy Pelosi make for themselves in the stock market?
Why don't we ask him? Let's call Tommy Tuberville. Ask him how much money he made himself in the stock market.
And tell him, for us, it's not a game.
This advertisement is paid for by the Alabama Leadership Fund.
With spring officially here, Pizza Perfect has sprung a great deal for April. Get a free order of breadsticks or cinnamon sticks with the purchase of any large or medium pizza. That'll make the whole family smile. Pizza Perfect's amazing buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
This is Jonathan with Oswald's Apparel and Footwear in Prattville. With all that's changed in the last decade, I really thought that radio advertising was dead, but I was wrong. We opened our store during the pandemic, and we wouldn't have been near as successful without advertising on Blue Water. Practically every day, someone comes in for the first time and tells us they heard about Oswald's on the radio. I highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather. Well, hi, everybody. We are still high and dry. Today was day number 11 with no rain and about 7 days straight on 80-degree temperatures. Tonight will be partly cloudy and mild. Overnight low temperature down to about 60. Tomorrow's high temperature on Friday up to around 90. That would tie a record. So mostly sunny again tomorrow and Saturday, with Saturday's high up to about 89. Then the risk of scattered showers and thunderstorms in the overnight hours Saturday night into Sunday morning as a cold front sweeps through the state. Significantly cooler temperatures on Sunday with a high around 73. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. And Byron Sheehy found a clip that we have to now go to. This happened, I guess, today in the Congress.
Apparently, I think we should call today's episode, Is This Real Life? I mean, it's kind of weird all the way around. Man.
So this is Congresswoman Terry Sewell grilling RFK Jr. of Health and Human Services, right. The guy who cut off the raccoon penis and cut off a whale's head
and
put it on top of his car to take home.
And left a bear in the park.
And a bear cub and made it look like a bike hit it. Yeah. Failed at that endeavor.
Twisted sense of humor.
Anyway, this is
mind.
Yeah, but he's right about metabolic health.
He wants to study. I'm sorry.
You ever see him do pull-ups?
I have. Very impressive.
Yeah, when him and Hegseth got together.
I see him do a flip out of the back of that boat that time in Colorado going down the Whitewater Rivers there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's go to this clip. This is, again, Terry Sewell and RFK Jr. going toe-to-toe today in the United States Congress. This is what self-government's all about, folks.
All right.
In a 2024 podcast interview, you suggested that Black children on ADHD medication should be reparented. You said every Black kid is now just standardly put on Adderall, SSRI, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and that those children are going to have to go somewhere to get reparented. There is a lot to unpack in that comment. I know that you've already answered several of the questions I was going to ask, and so I'm just going to rephrase them. Mr. Secretary, you've already admitted that you are not board certified physician, and you've already admitted that you did not go to medical school. Have you ever reparented, or parented, I should say, a Black child?
I don't even know what that phrase means, and I doubt that I said it.
Yes or no answer.
I doubt that I said that phrase. No,
Absolutely
I'm not going to answer something that I didn't say.
You absolutely said it.
Oh, I'd like to hear the recording.
So to be
Because
clear,
it doesn't make any sense.
I'm
I
gonna
don't even know what
reclaim
it
my time.
means.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking.
And by the way,
so to be
of
clear, you're not a
26
doctor, you have no medical degree, and you have no formal medical training.
As
you
have-
have never
as have-
parented a
as
Black
have
child. Yet
24
you are
of the
suggesting
26
that
HHS
government-
secretaries have not
Secretary,
had medical
This is my
degrees.
time. And I say to the chairman, I want to reclaim my time. So you are not a doctor, have no formal medical training, and you've never parented a Black child, and yet you are suggesting that the federal government should take Black children away from their families and reparent them and send them off to some wellness farm instead of providing them with evidence-based.
You're just making stuff up.
I am absolutely not making this up.
Yeah, you
Mr.
kinda-
Secretary, in your opinion, what factors should the federal government consider when reparenting a Black child who has been on ADHD or ADD?
I don't even know what you're talking about, Congressman. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what reparenting even means.
I don't either, but you said that.
I did not
Mr.
say that.
Secretary, for Black families in the United States, the issue of family separation is not new. Our nation has a long and painful history of separating Black children from their families.
Wow. Well, I guess people feel represented now.
Now I feel a little bit more embarrassed.
Well, Selma's doing great, right?
Selma is rocking it
Yeah.
in poverty, and they suspended their police chief yet another time for, I think he was doing his job, but hey.
We're
what am I
trying
say?
to.
Yeah.
Wait, he got suspended for doing his job?
Trying to do his job. This would be like third or fourth time. Dude,
What a novel idea.
Wait, what? Why?
if you ever want a reality show, Selma
Yeah.
would be a great reality show. Because how much more money can we pour into a dump and continue to have dump?
Mhm.
It's almost as bad as the school system here in Montgomery.
But money, right?
It's yeah. I mean, look at the money that gets poured into Selma. Go find it.
You know, sometimes these hearings, like it's good theater,
Mhm.
but often I'm just, Republicans and Democrats alike, I'm like, this is self-government? Really? This is what little Jimmy Madison thought of?
Well, if you're going to accuse somebody of something, though,
This is what the great Montesquieu was envisioning with little r republicanism?
The bad theaters.
yeah, that's what sells.
Yeah, it's almost like democracy makes us play to the lowest common denominator and easily manipulated.
Easily
Oh, no, I
manipulated.
shouldn't say that. But hey, have you seen any of these mailers before?
Oh man, I got a good one the other day. I should have brought it in here.
Have you seen any of these dumb political ads before?
You got to try to craft some of them sometimes.
I feel like I might not have a new calling.
Oh,
And you'd have a gnat.
It just feels like it'd be one thing if people were, you know, not everybody's going to be the smartest, pickle in the jar, as we heard from one of our callers earlier.
I like that.
But actually, honestly, being intelligent is more a sign that you're probably a bad person. I'll put it that way. Like, you got a lot more temptation going on with all that intellect. Some of the best people I know
But
are,
you're supposed to know better, right?
yeah. No, but what's frustrating is these high intellect Machiavellians get up there and they're not they're manipulating the average bear or the lowest common denominator in order to maintain control and power. By the way, equal opportunity, it's Republicans and Democrats both. And what are they doing for you at the end of the day?
Not a damn thing.
Right.
Picking the pockets.
Perhaps maybe the problem is you expect them to do anything for you.
Well, what are they doing? They're just on a free ride? I mean, I voted for them. That should count for something. I get something back, right?
Anyway. I guess RFK Jr. now wants to take away black kids and rehome them or something like that.
If she could produce the tapes, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, me too. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Billy. Hope y'all doing well.
Hey, Billy. How you doing, buddy?
Great. Eddie, you nailed the nail on the head. I mean, you just, you keep pouring money into a dump and it's still a dump, I can remember when Selma was a really nice place.
It was. You used to could take the boat from Montgomery to Selma. That was a day trip. You'd go to Selma, grab some lunch, and come back. Nobody does that no more.
It was a beautiful, beautiful old town. Had a lot of history, but then segment of the population took over and did away with history. And Montgomery's going to be a 2.0 of Selma in about 7 years.
I sure hope not, but I see the trend.
It's happening, and it's not going to change. It's over. Montgomery is over and done with. I can tell you that right now. You're not going to see anything changing, and the reason why, because the minute someone questions the current government that's going on in Montgomery, they're automatically labeled a racist. Just ways Terry Sewell tried to label Mr. Kennedy a racist. I mean, and you look at the money that's being poured into Selma. The revitalization of Selma. I wonder how much money that Terry Sewell is funneling to other aspects of her, what she wants to do. There needs to be a forensic investigation into her. But that being said, it's not going to change. And
that's the sad part.
It's just sad that how the news can be manipulated to try to make a certain person look bad. And
I hope you're wrong, Billy, about nothing ever changing, but I'm not arguing with you either. But I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call.
Thank you, Billy. See you, brother.
272-9228. That's just depressing. Hey, here's another clip of Bobby Kennedy, who was an odd duck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But this is him talking about foster care.
Okay.
And I believe he says here the goal is to have a family per child of foster, have enough families that are looking to adopt where you have many options for kids. And he said that's been that's a high bar.
It is.
And we're nowhere near it, in part by past policies. Let's listen in.
President Trump and the First Lady, who's been extraordinary for us to work with, have said their vision is one family for one child. Right now, we have a 2-to-1 ratio. And part of the reason for that is that the Biden administration was excluding an entire class of people because of their religious beliefs. We are and told the states to actually pass laws, instructed them to pass laws refusing families who had certain religious beliefs, mainly Christian religious beliefs, to not be allowed to have children. And that dramatically constricted the pool of available parents. We are changing that. We're also addressing one of the big issues, which is to allow children to stay with their families of origin. One of the biggest drivers of those separations is drug abuse. And we are aggressively going after these issues. And partially as a result of our work, the number of foster children has dropped from 425,000 to 325,000 because there's more kids who we're doing our early preventative services on and intervening early with parents who have drug addiction problems.
Yeah, but he's just an awful racist,
Why don't they or pass out as a congressional act? You can't discriminate against Christian families who want to adopt.
That's never done. That's why.
Well, and especially hey, if you want to be an adoption agency, you got to let 2 dudes who are married, legally speaking, adopt.
and say if you're a religious organization, you're like,
No, I'm not down with that.
Right. Well, maybe you don't get to be a foster system anymore. Those sorts of things happen.
Yep.
By the way, the top story, new one at 1819 News, is your favorite. How do I say that word? I don't know if I can say that word. It's
Really?
the F word for gay dudes.
Yo, you don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's the old George Carlin joke. Used to make Jack Campbell laugh. Back in my day, was somebody wouldn't go down with you to help beat up the queers. Okay, stay home. All right.
I heard that a time or two. I think he's told that one probably about 30 or 40 times.
But your most favorite F word, Magic City Acceptance Academy touts exceptional mental health professionals with expansion pending. They're looking to expand their charter school, which is state and federally funded. And there's one fella in a recent video goes by A.J. Connor. He's one of those mental health professionals, was spotlighted and interviewed, getting more time on screen than anyone else. In the interview, he sat in his office wearing a pink beret and his MCAA staff ID on a lanyard decorated with 3 buttons indicating his preferred pronouns, which are she, he, and they. For me, it took a little bit longer to bloom and to accept my gender identity and sexuality, Connor explained in a promotional video for the school before the video cut to the school CEO. In a personal social media account from 2020 that was easily found through a search of his name, Connor, whose bio reads your favorite F word in French.
Oh, good Lord.
So it's even,
Okay.
I wonder how it's said in French. Posted about personal drug use, including a video that showed him in a 2-piece swimsuit ingesting something. In this post, he wrote that he was high alongside sexually explicit and profane posts and comments. Personal account was set to private after 1819 News inquiries to lawmakers, education officials in the school regarding the content. Several lawmakers told 1819 News they will look into staffing, while the school's principal did not return a phone call or respond to a detailed email asking what vetting occurred prior to Connor's hiring and whether he met the school's standards in mental health services.
Those are some...
1819 News reviewed state records and found no evidence that Connor was licensed as a social worker. His social media, again listing his pronouns as she, he, they, indicates that he earned a 2024 degree in social work from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. One thing you'll notice, especially with the kiddos here, is usually it'll be a hair color change. That's kind of like, that kind of signifies that there's been like a switch, Connor explained in the promotional video. Anyway, if you want to read the full story, I was more skimming it because it gets into pretty good detail. 1819news.com. April Marie Fogel used to host these hours here on News Talk.
That's right.
She did the requesting, the investigating, the reporting on this.
Can that guy ever be in a fight and it not be a hate crime? I'm asking for a friend.
Crap. I never thought about that.
Well, maybe
I mean,
if he like,
right? Like
no, but it would have to be somebody who's like a butch lesbian. You know what I mean? Like it would have to be somebody who could also like be like play all the different identity,
all the different
cards.
roles.
Yeah, exactly.
And at some point during the swap out, like there's got to be a hate crime in there somewhere, or not a hate crime in there somewhere, as the case may be.
He could claim hate crime, and then
you'd be like, no,
and then the butch lesbian would be like, I'm possessed by Lilith. What are you doing? Yeah. Like I'm having a problem myself. Anyway,
they'd be out on bond too.
Oh, of course they would be.
This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. Something nice and simple like pest control.
Yes.
Something beautiful, like a great local company. That's a great entrepreneurial success story coming out of the pandemic. That's Pest Pro Services.
Pest Pro.
Ashley and Zach were what the original 2 employees that Ashley started the place, and it's grown into this great small business right there at Main Street in Millbrook, but they serve the whole river region.
They sure do.
And so if you're looking for just great, affordable, and they do this monthly subscription model for their basic pest control package, so you can easily control cost, get things done on a regular basis without blowing up the budget. And then you can add on top of that basic package mosquito protection, get rid of those mosquitoes so you can actually enjoy your property, your front porch, your backyard, whatever it is.
Please.
And of course, termite inspection protection, maybe a squirrel or a raccoon.
Ooh, boy. Raccoon.
A whale.
Or some sort of wildlife gets in, they can get that out of
They
there.
sure can.
Say you got a bear in the crawl space. Mm-hmm. There's a long-tailed big cat. It's like in wildlife service, like there are no long-tailed big cats in Alabama.
Right.
I saw it on that
We'll
camera.
be right over to get it.
I saw it in my crawl space. Pest Pro, come prove it. But no, if you're looking for just a great local company who also gives back to the community in many ways, you can always check out their Facebook page. Just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. Or you can learn more at ppsriverregion.com or just call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey, Eddie, and Byron, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hunger doesn't always look the way you think, but it's closer than you realize. On Saturday, May 9th, join the Budget Bites battle at the Heart of Alabama Food Bank and turn awareness into action. Teams will go head-to-head, creating a full meal for $5 per person or less in just 60 minutes. Every $1 raise provides 5 meals for neighbors in need. Now we need you. Register your team today at hafb.org. Deadline is May 2nd. Be part of the solution. Cook with purpose. Fight hunger one meal at a time.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get on the conversation. This part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder. They're at Dillon Rings. And at Dillon Rings, they're ready to help you across the board with all your jewelry needs. If you want to check out some of what Josh can get done, whether it's repair work or custom design work, just check out their Facebook page. A lot of very detailed, zoomed-in videos where you can see the intricate, very skilled work that Josh Ryder can get done. Josh the jeweler, true artist over there and a bit of a scientist as well. But of course, they also can help you with spa treatments. There's jewelry you wear all the time that looks like you wear it all the time.
Right.
What if it could shine and shimmer like it's brand new again? They can do that there. And don't forget about their amazing inventory Leslie and Josh put together.
They do. Beautiful.
From high-end pieces to everyday jewelry items. Maybe you want a starter set, like a charm bracelet or something for the little girl, like your niece or your granddaughter, something like that.
Something like that.
So y'all check them out today. Just stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Let's go to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how are you?
What up, Ray?
Man, I'm just trucking along. I got a problem I need help with.
All right, what you got, bro?
Okay, so for years and years, Dad has always been against wearing shorts in the store.
Yes.
Yeah. Because when
He's a man's man.
I think it's a good policy.
Yeah, he's a man's man.
But I have really good-looking legs, and I want to show them all.
All right.
So today, I show up in shorts. Of course, sometimes I just like to push his buttons.
Of
just
course.
For the fun of it.
Of course.
You know, it was one of those days I said, I'm going to go home with shorts on, just see how Dad acts.
So what kind of shorts are we talking about, actually?
Yeah, are they booty shorts or just regular working shorts?
No, the regular long dress
Okay.
shorts.
Okay. That's not
Okay.
They
All
look
right.
good.
That's proper.
But Greta said yes, and everybody else said no. And I'm like, should I listen to the one woman in the office or all the men?
Women rule.
That's where that's where, I mean.
Who'd you dress
typically,
for?
I'm
Did you
married.
dress for the women or did you dress for the men?
Yeah, heck, you might get more customers.
I wear shorts. Yeah.
Like, especially ladies stopping by to see those shapely
That's right. See
calves.
them legs?
I know he's married, but I can
I
look.
want to look at them legs.
Yeah. So if y'all were out and about and are interested in flooring, come by this afternoon and tell me what you think. If I should put pants back on or not. In my mind, it's like, oh, I'm a sexy beast in my mind, but in reality, I'm not.
Hey, we have to learn to love
You know,
ourselves first, Ray.
Yeah, I believe in miracles too, right?
You know, it's like I think I can sing until I go to church on Sunday morning and everybody turn around looking at me.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody stepped on a cat.
We had a new couple show up at church, and I just had to tell them I'm sorry for what's fixing to happen. But I get into it. They didn't come back next Sunday. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You ain't right, man. But I like it.
Oh, man.
But if y'all are seriously looking for call us, 285-8117. If you want to come by today, I'm closing, so I'll be here till 5:30, and you can tell me what you think about the story.
Sounds great, Ray.
Again, that number's 285-8117, and be sure to tell them you heard Ray on the radio, Joey and Eddie.
Guys, y'all have a great day.
You too, brother.
Appreciate it, Ray. I always look forward to that final call of the day with him.
It's a great way to end the show, to be
You
honest.
never know what you're going to get.
No, you don't.
Sometimes it's just a quick thing. Sometimes we don't even mention Brattville Carpet.
Right.
Sometimes, yeah.
Just a good conversation.
But, good dude. Ray Bowles, very good dude, and they can really help you out.
Oh,
there
yeah.
at Brattville
Well,
Carpet.
they can do it all.
Great work there.
I've sent him to my mother's, so you can trust him.
So I now hesitate to ask, what did we learn today? Because there was a lot of darkness.
85% time. That's what I've learned. You go to
85?
federal, your prison, you're going to do at least 85% of your time.
At least.
Yep.
Well, one thing we didn't get to is Pete Hegseth.
Yeah.
Now, he did one thing at a press conference this morning. It's like, okay, you dweebs, I see you're being unpatriotic, like not writing good things about the administration in this war, which is a great victory.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And like essentially that's what he said.
Of course.
Well, and then of course the counter move was to embarrass him. Apparently Hegseth quoted a Bible verse, but it was actually the Bible verse written in the letter of Pulp Fiction by Quentin Tarantino.
Ooh.
You know, where Samuel L. Jackson Jules quotes it.
Yes.
And it's loosely based off Ezekiel 25:17, which in the King James Version is, "And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them." Right. But it's this whole monologue that Tarantino based off of that final line. And Hegseth changed it even a little bit himself. I got to wonder if he knew whether or not it was a Bible verse as he's reading it.
I kind of figured he knew.
And there's a lot of that going on right now online. It is the darndest thing.
Twisting of things like that?
Well, in everybody's statements, religious matters.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. I've noticed it in politics. We had a good friend of mine say, "Joe, you think politics is bad? Wait until you get to the politics of religion." And when you see it in the most uncharitable formats,
oh yeah,
especially on X, it's just it makes me want to not look at the phone and instead, go read the good book, go pray a little bit, maybe watch something funny. Just get away from that sort of toxic environment.
Yeah, toxic environment. It's not good for you. You know that.
Yeah, but the great thing is there are great, honest debaters, honest apologists for different perspectives, and those conversations are available online. I watched one the other day with Doug Wilson and Joe Heschmeyer on Sola Scriptura, and it was just a fantastic conversation. They're not trying to get each other, so to speak. Mm-hmm. They're just laying out their perspective honestly. I love that.
I love when people can, it's not even a debate. It's just me learning what you know and you learning what I know.
Well, it was a debate, but it was a debate is great when it's not like you're mischaracterizing the other person or you're cutting them off or lying about them straight up. No, in having everything on the table, then you can sort of hash it out and let other people watching decide. And there's so much of that out there, and I think that's awesome. But there's something about politics that just drives people crazy. Absolutely drives them crazy, even when they are.
Yeah, these people are controlling your lives when they're as messed up as you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I never got to Justice Clarence Thomas goes off on progressivism, which I was like, he's been doing that his whole career.
I heard, but I didn't see the article, but I heard he had a few things to say.
Oh yeah, he went off, saying progressivism seeks to replace the basic premises of the Declaration of Independence and hence our form of government. Thomas said in a speech at the University of Texas Austin Law School. A spirit of cynicism, rejection, hostility, and animus towards America by Americans has taken hold, Thomas said in remarks.
Yes.
He's right.
He is right about that.
He's 100% right. Progressivism holds that our rights and our dignities come not from God, but from government. It requires of the people a subservience and weakness incompatible with the Constitution premised on the transcendent origin of our rights. Yeah. No, and often I think progressivism is like a weird Christianity light.
Yeah.
And that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah.
Christianity light.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, he's a good moral teacher and metaphorical example, but really need to come down from the cross and get some good policies in place to, help people in a practical way. Which is like, I'm not against helping people in a practical way. We're called to do it, but in particular, all the stuff we talked about today, the tolerance thing, to where you're tolerating some of the craziest depravities that are hurting people. At the end of the day,
I think we messed up, though, Joe. Our tolerance, not to go on and on, but our tolerance has just gone down to the fact we want everybody to be happy instead of saying, no, you can't live that way, not in my world.
Yeah, Thomas said they recast themselves as institutionalists, pragmatists, or thoughtful moderates, all as a way of justifying their failures to themselves, their consciences, and their country. Wow.
Yeah.
In my view, we must find in ourselves that same level of courage that the signers of the Declaration have, so that we can do for our future what they did for theirs.
Just not there yet.
It's going to be interesting to see if he gets one last hurrah. Maybe him and Alito drop at the same time and Trump nominates two different people.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even think about that.
It's possible. Trump was floating it out there yesterday.
Nice.
Anyway, y'all stay tuned. Thanks for being here.
No problem.
Guys, tomorrow we got you and Carico?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't kill myself on the jet ski tonight.
Yeah, be careful out there, big boy. By the way, we figured out what the French F word is.
I don't know. I didn't bother looking it up.
Eddie.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirms he has agreed to a 10-day ceasefire in Lebanon. In a video statement, Netanyahu said that he was taking the step in an attempt to, in his words, advance peace efforts with Lebanon. Speaking with reporters outside the White House, President Trump says he's hopeful Israel and Lebanon can